Manley, a.k.a. Bacon Soda Bad Seed, taking off wigs like a bad weed.
I'm Big
And I
Pat.
got...
I'm Big Pat. No, I'm Joe.
Just Joe.
Just Joe.
And first to start off, I would just like to give a good little 8-second silence in the memory of my friend Jeannie Vasquez. We love you, baby girl. We're going to get right back to business, though. What's going on, fellas?
So y'all
What's
ready
up,
for
bro?
y'all want to have a safety meeting?
Damn right.
Fucking hell yeah.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh man.
So guys, I got a question that's been itching my brain for a couple weeks, and I really need your help with it.
Go
What's
for
going
it.
on?
How does Catdog poop? That dog eats a lot of shit. It's got to poop. It's got no ass. Does the cat just vomit it up as a big ass hairball? But we don't really see that happening that often. How does Catdog poop?
I don't think Nickelodeon thought about that anybody was going thinking about that. Because now I'm actually really trying to figure out how they actually would go about making that procedure happen.
Because eventually it's got to relieve itself somehow, right?
Shit, we all got to.
I think it would have to be. I think the dog eats everything, fills up the stomach for both of them, and then the cat just hawks it up.
Well, hold on. You can't say that cats don't be eating either. Because cat likes to fine dine and all that.
And you never really see either one of them getting sick and throwing up.
I don't know how to answer that question, Joe.
Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. You really have me as some other scholars would say, perplexed.
So here's where I'm really going with this. Do you guys just think they're aliens?
Catdog?
Catdog.
Yeah. Why not?
You think they were just like a scout team that just got lost here and they just said, you know what, we'll just assimilate?
I mean, they have to be, because I can't figure out how y'all niggas. I can figure out how y'all eat, but I can't figure out how y'all shit. That's some alien shit.
So maybe they're not even really a cat nor a dog, but just an extraterrestrial worm.
Or maybe they could be something that is supposed to be a physical manifestation of something else.
Or what if a couple of mad scientists had this crazy idea? They're like, yo, how about we put the back feet of a cat on a dog, right? So they cut off just the back ends first, and then they were going to just swap, and then somebody lost the back legs. So they're like, fuck, now what do we do? So they just took the tops and put them together.
He said they just cop jobbed it. They fucked up and they cop jobbed it.
I don't know what else. I don't know how else to explain it. That's my best. That's my hypothesis, sir. I cannot offer any more.
You know who's the real person we should be asking in this? We should be asking this nigga Winslow, because he lives in the house, man.
Yeah. Who's Winslow?
The little blue rat.
See, he remembers way too much about this show.
Oh, okay. I'm all
the
like,
little rat, Winslow. He lives in the house. He know how Catdog shit. You gotta ask him, man.
I mean, do you got his number?
I mean, I'm telling you, my social media following been getting kind of crazy and all that. So, you know what I'm saying? I can holler at somebody, and I might be able to get a hold of this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
So there's this Harvard professor, one Ivy Loeb. He's been going out recently. He's a astrophysicist, talking about how he believes that aliens have already come. He believes that back in 2017 they caught what they're trying to tell people was a comet, but it has no comet tail, which is what propels the comet in this direction. It was going the opposite direction of the gravitational pull of the sun because it was going towards the sun, right? Which comets, you know, I mean, it was going either way. It was going away from the pull of the sun, right? So it was going away from the sun. So there's no physical way it could have been a comet. But
not at all.
But everyone's thinking he's the one that, you know, he's fucking crazy. Why is it that every time we got proof, the guy's just crazy?
Because when you say someone's crazy, it's crazy dismissive, and you're not even specifying what it is that they're crazy about. So it's very easy for the sheeple to be able to fall in line with what they say when they just say you're crazy. We ain't even specify what the situation was, what we're talking about. We ain't get down to all the guidelines. We're just going to just bring it right there forefront in front of your face and then just say, oh, this person's crazy. So you write them off. So they're crazy. So now everything that they say, you're not really going to take it as tangible evidence to anything. You're just going to think about them as being somebody with a tinfoil hat on that's fucking out of their mind. Until some shit happens, and then...
Yeah, but see, this guy's a lead professor in the whole field. You can't really just count him as crazy.
Oh, it's easy to... it's easier to make someone that's more high profile. It's easier to damage their name than it is for someone like us. They don't know nothing about us. If they go back and look through our track record, everybody's going to say nothing of us being upstanding who we are right now. Those people like that have been around they have influence like they do, so they're able to taint our view on that person. So all it is this big old boys club, and if you're not a part of the boys club, then you're going to get shunned out, regardless if you're the smartest person in the group. Because it's easier for all of us three to make someone else look crazy than it is for one person to make all three of us look crazy.
Or, if I may, in layman's terms, usually what people don't understand, it's easier to label them crazy just because they don't understand it.
Yes.
Anything out of the ordinary is considered extraordinary and therefore crazy.
See, he thinks that the science as a whole has become too overwhelmed and too caught up on the string theory and multi-universe theory. He's like, that's not giving enough credit to the fact that we live in a galaxy system that has thousands and thousands of other planets that are just as far away from their sun in that same Goldilocks zone, that have water, that have oxygen, that have all the conditions that you need for life. But we're really going to sit here and say that we're the only ones? But you would rather spend all your time in the theory that you can't necessarily prove, but you're going to sit there and state that it's true. You can't prove string theory. You can't prove quantum physics and shit like that. You can't sit here and prove that other dimensions are real. There's just theories. But one thing you can prove is that that planet that is 300,000 light years away, but is in a Goldilocks zone next to their sun, doesn't have life on
it. And you know what? That's probably one of the hard things that it is for me to sit here and dwell on. Because if you can't prove all that to me, then how do you prove all the rest of that to me? That's just, I'm just saying, man. Like we said before, like we said last week, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then guess what the fuck it is? It just has to make sense. It has to make sense for me sometimes, and then I want it to make sense for other people because I'm like, damn, if I got it, then I want somebody else to understand it. So if it don't. Even if I understand it, I can understand that someone else is not going to understand it. So I don't know if you really, I don't know if you selling me on some false pretenses because you feel like I'm someone that's going to be more ample to listen to your bullshit. or follow your doctrine, or are you really trying to lead me towards something that means something?
But Pat,
Yo.
do you think aliens are real?
Well, given multiple variables and multiple perspectives, absolutely, 100%, 110%. Because let's go back to basic English literature. Define alien.
An extraterrestrial being?
No, an alien is something that's not from where you're from. That's an alien. Somebody coming from Mexico to come to America, that's an illegal alien.
Yeah.
Or in other terms, an alien is whatever predominant species inhabits a populace, an area, right? And human beings are the most advanced, the most powerful, the most fucking influential and destructive force on this planet, right? But
I wouldn't say we're the
we
most
didn't-
advanced.
I wouldn't say that either.
compared to who?
Go ahead with your
Animals?
discussion.
Yeah,
No.
there's a lot of animals. There's a lot of mammals
But
that
there is a
that
lot
are
of animals
that are
that
way
are-
smarter than humans.
That are way more intelligent than us.
The average dolphin is 10 times smarter than you.
They just don't speak English and can be able to put guns together and blow shit up. So you don't think that they're smart.
Maybe that's why they're so much smarter than us, though.
But if they're
Exactly.
smart,
That's the reason why we think that we're so much better. It's because that we can do things that almost like directly affect the environment or directly affect how every single person or the living organism that is within that area, we could change up their whole lifestyle. So we try to play this God shit like we're the best. And it's argumentable. I'm not saying that human beings ourselves we're not superhuman natural human beings that can do things outside of what we ever could think. But I also think that because we live here on this physical plane and we don't live more spiritual or live, not even saying in different dimensions, but just living on a higher intellectual plane, that we're stuck. Like we almost feel like we're stuck, like in this rut, where it's like, damn, this is what we kind of want to do this for. At the same time, it's like, it's helping me, but I'm also feeling like there's somebody else out here in the world that needs to hear the same shit. And they ain't getting a daily dose of this motherfucker every day. They need this.
You feel really passionate about dolphins.
I do.
it's not a porpoise.
It's not.
It's a mammal,
Exactly.
warm-blooded.
And they will rape you people.
I'm not even trying to imagine. But you know what? I guess he's already been there, so you can imagine for him, people.
Worst trip to SeaWorld ever.
So aliens, right?
Yep, aliens.
As far back as history has ever been documented, there's always been these figments of these out of world looking creatures, right? Whether
Yes,
they
sir.
be looking like lizards, or they look like dinosaur inbreeds, or they look like big ass headed people with big ass eyes and dangly arms like they depict in movies, right? But when it all comes down to it, I believe that they were here long before any existence of man. I think they helped produce the population of human beings. I don't know how, but you look at all these different shows like Ancient Aliens. Look at all the different things that
Anunnaki.
they've put into perspective about how, how the Gaza Strip and the pyramids were all created, and the symbolism and the fact that they tried to prove that back in, it was like 1100 BC that there was factual evidence of the first airports, and they use these blimp-like structures to go from one helipad to another helipad. And this is all long before Christ, right? How would they inhabit such things? How would they get this type of whereabouts to be able to create something like that? It's got to come from a higher force.
This is where my theory came in. I believe that the technology that's been given to man, and we could call it aliens, we can call it all whatever we want to. All I feel is that it's demons taking the manifestation of looking like something else, because they know how human beings are going to react to things like that. You're not going to you're going to react totally different when you see like what they look like, how they're supposed to look. But if they come in the form of looking like something else, you're like a little bit more pleasantly welcome that in. Those are the same people that have been here from the beginning. Those are the same people that were cast out here. Those are the same people that got mankind feeling like they're better than God. But I'm not going to say that they haven't spread knowledge. They have, but they only they only put that knowledge out there for them to get venerated on the back end. They didn't put it out there for love, like how it's supposed to be put out there for. They only put it out there for them to be venerated and for them to be put up on a pedestal on the back end. They didn't do it for the betterment of society or mankind as a whole. They did it for themselves, for their own personal gain. That's what I believe aliens are. I believe aliens are the fallen angels that came down here and showed man all of the ancient mathematics and showed them all that type of shit that they wasn't supposed to know. That's where it comes from.
Well, so with that theory, you would also have to account for all the angels that weren't fallen. They got to be somewhere. Yeah. So
I'm not saying that they didn't put it out there too, but like it says, the devil overruns this old. Jesus is still prevalent, the Lord or whatever, the Spirit is still prevalent, but we already know what runs this earth. It's evil.
You ever studied?
So we already know that it's got to be them.
You ever studied about the Anunnaki?
Yeah.
Because if you take what you just said and you look at it really for the Anunnaki, right? The fallen angels, as you would put it, would be nothing more than the Anunnaki. To where there was that one that when they went to go leave out of Earth, said they told him, listen, his top people told him, kill off all the humans and let's go. And he's like, well, I ain't gonna kill off my creation. So boom. So what was
job was to enslave us anyway, so why kill us off? Why kill us off when we're supposed to be the minions? We're supposed to be the minions to do their bidding. Why kill us off? That doesn't make any logical sense. Who the fuck's gonna work?
Because we weren't needed anymore.
No, right, we were always needed. We were always needed because they always needed to be venerated. No matter how much work we put in, they always needed veneration. They always needed somebody to praise and to love them and to move and act as how they were.
That's not why the Anunnaki came here, though. The Anunnaki came here for the purpose of getting resources. So they accumulated the resources they needed and they left. We don't need these people. We don't want them to become more advanced because they gave us the ability to learn, but not the ability to live forever. So yes, these exact beings will be dead when we come back, but their ancestors will be here and their ancestors will be 10 times smarter than what these ones that we leave are. So what we need to do is kill them off now so that when we come back, we can just start off from square one. We already know what we're going to do.
I understand that, but that's the part to me that says, no, we can't do that because it all goes back to that simple thing that we all have the free will, man. You could do what you want to do. You don't always got to be in tune what's righteous or what's good. I don't even got nothing to say about you, but at the end of the day, you will have to own up for being the person that you are, and that's all that matters.
You really don't have free will no more. No one does.
No, you still have free will. It's
No, you
just,
don't.
no, you always have free will and you always will. Are you going to let what society puts in front of our faces for us to accept?
Okay,
and for us to go against the grain of our beliefs that our elders raised us up for? Are we going to go against that? Or are we going to stand up on our own motherfucking beliefs? Because they can't stop us.
That's not true though, because there's things that you do in your life every day that you've been doing since you were little that you only do because society told you if you don't do it, you're a shit person.
No.
That's not true.
No, not at all.
You are all right, bet. Are you out there raping and killing people on a daily basis?
Hell no.
You're free to do it. You can do it. That's free will, right?
Logically, why the fuck would I do that though?
I'm not saying you should, but
no,
you can't sit here and tell me that there's not times throughout the day that someone's pissed you off and you said, "Man, I want to kill this motherfucker," but you choose not to because society says if you don't, you go to jail.
No,
I'm not advocating murder. I'm just trying I'm just trying to play devil's advocate and say you really don't have free will.
I personally never had somebody made me that mad that I felt like I wanted to kill them. Like, what? Kill you?
Cat.
Over what? Like, if you didn't do anything that undermined the pockets, that undermined my kids being able to get taken care of, you didn't undermine me being able to get taken care of, you're not going to stop me from being the person that I am because my integrity already precedes itself. So you ain't going to be out here in the streets trying to make me look kind of crazy. So, like, what am I going to be upset for? Like, there's really no need for me to be upset at all. I just got to stay black and die. That's my only job.
Fuck Tom Brady.
Fuck Tom Brady. I second that notion.
You know what? I would say fuck Tom. I'm saying fuck Tom Brady because he's going against my nigga Patrick Mahomes. But if he was going against anybody else, I'm voting for Brady.
Well, man, it's been nice having you on the podcast.
Yeah, it's good times. Be good, stay safe, be good to each other.
You don't gotta like them. You can't bet against them, man.
Listen, look, and I have said this numerous times.
You can't bet against them. You can't bet against them.
I've said this numerous times. I truly, based off what my eyes have told me, I know he's going to go down and will be the greatest of all time. And I can respect that. But because he's been in my division my whole life, beating the shit out of my team for fucking 20 years, fucked him.
Me
okay?
too, man.
That's it.
I'm a Steelers fan. You know how many times we could have went to the Super Bowl if it wasn't for this nigga?
None.
Yeah, stop lying.
Y'all weren't losing to Tom Brady in playoffs.
You just mad because the Redskins wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? But it's all right, dog. I still love you.
I'm still all right with my team. It doesn't matter if we lose every game of the year or not.
That's right. That's loyalty. That's how it's supposed to be. That's your team.
We're still better than y'all.
Yes.
Only reason why Tom Brady made the Super Bowl this year is because they cheated us.
Listen, y'all niggas ain't even have a chance. So I don't know who cheated y'all.
Did you watch the same game I watched?
What was y'all win gonna do? That's my question.
Bro,
y'all probably could have. Yeah, they did y'all dirty. But what was y'all win gonna do? Like, you're gonna be able to say that y'all beat them?
Oh, we was gonna make it to the Super Bowl, bro.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Best defense in the league.
I love it. You hear him talking shit? I love it. He's so loyal. I love it.
Best defense in the league.
Yo, I'm just sitting back because I've usually been talking shit for years to this man about his team. So it's fun to hear somebody else take the fucking reins on it. Go for it.
Heineke was about to be the next Nick Foles. Heineke was about to be the next Nick Foles, and they knew it. They said, "Nah, we gotta shut this shit down now."
All right, now, Joe. Listen now. Now you smoking too much marijuana. Now you smoking too much.
Tell him, Pat.
I
Heineke
don't know.
balled out.
Bro, I watched the same game everybody else watched, and for a guy I never heard of before, this dude came out and played lights out, straight up. It gave them the best chance to win offensively that I've seen, in a couple of weeks. Not saying anything bad about Alex Smith, but you know what I'm saying.
But what happened?
He had a bone bruise on his leg.
Better. That's what happened. The other team was better.
No, the other team wasn't better. What happened is they didn't
call one, right?
I was going to say that. I thought that was ultimately the question.
Bro, they didn't call holding the entire game. They sat there and held Montez Sweat and all them boys the entire game. All right, you know how many fucking pass interference calls they didn't call the other way.
I think Joe is selling wolf tickets right now.
Huh?
I think you're selling wolf tickets.
Nah, they cheated us.
He's selling wolf.
Oh, I never heard that one. That was a good one.
It's all right.
Damn, man.
So, you guys hear any interesting things in the news lately? Because I got one that I read earlier that I thought was interesting. So today, Biden decided that he was no longer going to participate in helping Yemen and their whole controversy that's going on over there. Where they
did y'all see the new issue of GQ magazine?
Yo, okay.
No, for real. Did y'all see the new issue of GQ magazine talking about the new masculinity? And they got Pharrell on there looking like looking like Ninetales from motherfucking Pokemon with some big ass goddamn dress on coat. Talking about the new masculinity.
No, I did not see that. That is not.
We're working a number on masculinity right now. We don't want your son to be tough at all. We want that nigga to be foo-foo. Excuse me if I'm saying things that's making anybody else feel like I'm like that, because trust me, I have a whole lot of people that came in my family. I got a whole bunch of people in my life that I love that's gay, but I'm still standing behind whatever my belief is, as much as you should too.
No, they want everybody.
I don't understand why
it's not
Gentlemen's Quarterly. I remember picking up a GQ when I was a kid. There was nothing but man shit up in there. They was talking about blazers, wearing yourself a nice little da-da-da-da, cut yourself up like this, da-da-da-da. That's how men roll. Now all of a sudden they got Pharrell in there looking metrosexual and shit. What's going on with that?
What kind of real man reads a fucking magazine?
Come on, man. Men been reading magazines, man. That's where Playboy, that's where Pet House and all that come from. Stop acting like we don't read magazines.
You don't read.
Bitches don't read magazines. We read magazines.
You don't read a Playboy.
No, me? I don't read Playboy. Nigga, what you talking about? I was born in '89. I've seen maybe some of them things popping up for my uncles and all that, but shit, around the time that I started watching this shit, it was digital. I wasn't looking on paper for the shit. That's when I was a little freak nigga, but I'm just saying. But
I've been locked up. I've been locked up. A good movie mag is gold, bro.
Yeah. So you talking about the Buttman?
Yep. It's Buttman's.
The Buttman magazine. I'm just saying. What happened?
I went from talking about some real shit and talking about Buttman.
Yeah. No, but not.
Pat's got
still
something.
Incorporate. I want to understand, what is your thoughts on this attack at masculinity?
I think it's just something to get somebody talking. That's it. Get people talking, because everybody's so fucking sensitive about everything. So why not be sensitive about that too? We've already attacked feminism on all different angles, right? And
no, you can't attack feminism.
But I'm just saying,
crazy. They came out with a whole magazine last month and said 10 things that's wrong with masculinity. Let us even make a whole podcast talking about what's wrong with feminism.
See, I'm not trying to talk about.
They're gonna rake us over the coals.
I'm not trying to talk about feminism. I'm saying the product itself, feminism, has been talked about for a long time. So why not switch it up and talk about masculinity instead?
Because
That's what I'm getting at.
The way that the culture is pushing, they want to push masculinity out of there. They want your son to grow up and think that he can just be where he wants to be. Like tomorrow, he could wake up. If his name is Tamara, he could wake up tomorrow and say his name is Tamara.
The reason
and wear
why
a dress and go to school. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just right.
Just
the reason
talk, Joe.
the reason why I said it about the whole real men were reading magazines was just simply this. All the magazines and fucking newspapers, not really so much newspapers, but more magazines. All that shit's for the sheeple, bro. That shit's to get you wound up in some shit that really don't matter. Because
Sometimes.
yeah, sometimes I feel we look. Yeah, no, it is a blatant agenda because all it is they want everybody to be subservient. All right, so if they slowly chip away at people's masculinity and make people feel not as tough, the first thing they're going to do is be less susceptible to defend themselves.
Exactly,
which makes their system easier, right?
That's all the way to the nitty gritty where I was trying to get with it.
So just in my opinion, just by even picking up that magazine and reading it, you're playing into their hands. The only way you don't play in their hands is to say fuck the culture.
No, but I'm not talking about that on our level because I'm not reading that magazine. I'm not. But who's to say one of my nephews? Who's not to say one of my little that picks up one of these books and they sitting there watching TV every single day, and these are the type of messages that's being forwarded to them every single day. Like they're telling them that being a man is like toxic. Like I know that there may be like some aspects of masculinity that may be toxic, but motherfucker, we the ones that got civilization as far as it's got. So don't cut us out this motherfucker. Don't try to act like you can't be manly no more.
Right. I feel you on that.
We got civilization as far as it's got.
But I've been saying for a long time, like the generation after me or after us, they're all soft, man. They really are. They're all soft. And the real wiry ones, they're the ones that are in the military. Because they weren't soft.
Yep. They're the ones
They're
the ones viewed as problem children in school.
No, just wiry. Just wiry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, those wiry kids are the problem kids in this class.
Active in the army right now. And he's PTG. He's trained to go.
Like legit, there's dead ass. Like there's certain people in this world. Like you come to a cusp, and it's legit. Either you're gonna go to the army or the military in some stance, or your ass is gonna go to prison. One of the two is gonna happen to you, if not both. On some real shit. There's just some people like that out there.
You're right. Especially coming from the neighborhoods and from the environments that we came from, it's kind of like you got three options, and that's it.
But there is something I want to talk about though. On some real shit. Biden stopped all the aid to Yemen. Because Yemen's been going on in war with all like Saudi Arabia and shit like that. But in the same stance, he's not going to stop selling arms and shit like that to Saudi Arabia.
No.
All right.
No.
Now, Saudi Arabia just last year tried to pull some collusion event and have the leader of Yemen killed.
Yep.
So they're actively trying to take over Yemen. So, with that said, today, Yemen has arrested the leader of Al-Qaeda. And I mean just minutes before Biden stopped aid to Yemen. Now, coincidence? Is there a connection?
Yeah, that's exactly what my face is looking like. I just ate a lemon. I'm like, come on, man.
Now, we all know that 9/11 was completely 100% inside job.
Allegedly.
So
Allegedly. Allegedly.
And allegedly, Obama or Osama was a former CIA agent.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Allegedly he was a CIA agent.
Yeah, I
we
said
can't
that.
be labeling people on things. Allegedly. They
I
will
can
come and get
label.
us. Allegedly.
I ain't worried about them coming to get me. It's all right.
Oh, I know. Because I already know. Because they already got the algorithm they watching already. Allegedly.
But so
allegedly.
So with all that said, so that kind of seems like Al Qaeda would have been just nothing more than an American-made sleeper cell over in the Middle East for nothing more than to get information. Makes completely sense. They did the same thing with what was the last one? ISIS. That was allegedly it was supposed to be completely ran by all CIA agents.
Allegedly out there.
All right. So, like, do they really think that the average person is stupid enough to look at this? Now, once again, I had to look. I had to look at foreign news to find this. I didn't see this nowhere in American news. I had to find this in foreign news. So why don't they want the Americans to know about it? Why don't they want us to know? Like, we can find it, but you just got to dig real deep. And they probably only did like a 10-minute second. Go ahead, Pat.
It's because they do think we're stupid, dude. Not us specifically, but us generally. Just they think we're stupid.
We are.
But what happened was,
we are.
But what happened was we're all opening our eyes, and we're all understanding and investigating on our own times what it is that should be questioned. And usually the results that you get are pretty self-explanatory. Now, if you choose to absorb it for what it is, as nothing more than content, then you're never going to see the intent. But if you pay attention to things, you understand that it's always, we've established this 100 times, it's always a game. It's a shadow game, right? And they tell you everything that you're doing if you're paying attention. And, well, I'm not that guy. I don't fully pay attention to everything that happens. So I guess I fall under that category of people. But I'm paying attention now. And what I'm telling you now is that anything that anybody should be talking about involving the world should be discussed. Anything. From pulling out of Yemen to the name of that place. I'm sorry.
Myanmar.
Myanmar. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, people. Everything should be discussed, and
formerly known as Burma.
Burma.
Yeah. I definitely did my due diligence on that. I'm mad at you, Joe. You thought it like he tried. I did my research. I ain't it. He got it out there first.
I have no idea what you just said there. I'm not gonna lie.
Me neither, man. But he felt that, man. He thought he had it.
I'm just letting
I was tight because I was like, damn, that is formerly Burma.
I just like, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie, I was skeptical. Like, you go back about a month or two, I was skeptical. I didn't really know how this was all gonna turn out, right? And I still don't know how it's all gonna turn out. There's still a lot that's got to be presented at the table, and I just have faith that it will, and that this is no more than a moment in time. Although historic, it's just a moment, and like every moment, it will pass. I just pray that I like what we're doing, what we're promoting is awareness. That's it. That's the only reason why we talk about these things. We're not talking about these things because we feel like you need to know, but at the same time, you do need to know. But you need to know not based off of the things that we're telling you. You should need to know because you're a human being, and we all share one goal, And that's our own common thing is that we're all human beings. And the only way we're going to ever get through this, like anything else prior, is together. And right now we have technology at our fingertips. We could literally bring the whole world together, but they won't allow that. So divide and conquer, little sections at a time.
Talk that shit, Pat. Talk that shit. Talk that shit. Go ahead. Talk that shit, Pat. That's what I'm talking about. Right there. Speak the truth to life, you heard?
Just fucking live, man. Just live. Live, learn. And when the times come, and when the time is right, and the time it will be right, and the time will come for you to step up, you'll be ready. We'll all be ready. It doesn't matter, man, woman, or child. We'll be ready.
So what if the way the Antichrist creates peace in the Middle East is by creating only one entity that rules the Middle East? Because
I don't know how well that's going to work.
Because that is part of the prophecy. The Antichrist will be the one that finally brings peace to the Middle East.
To the Middle East.
So,
the only reason why he's going to bring peace to the Middle East is because he's working with all the other powers behind the scenes, and he just sees something else that no one else sees. He's able to take advantage of it.
What you got, Pat? I seen it in your
There's
face.
There's never been no peace in the Middle East because the Middle Eastern way of life is never conducive to the Western way. They have to find some way to infiltrate them and then get them from the grassroots up, because you're not going to stop them the way that they're moving, because they just don't move that way.
So the big, it's only because I'm stoned. I can't think of the name of it, but the place in Jerusalem, the big place, the what do you call it? The synagogue? No, it's not the synagogue.
The temple. Well, I
know.
The temple on the rock.
Yeah. So, the significance of that area, I think that's really the target problem of the entire Middle East. That specific location. Because
the problem is, no, go ahead, Pat. I got you on the back end.
Because, it's historically it was where Jesus came back.
Yep.
It was where he was murdered. It was where he was killed. Or not, I'm sorry, not killed.
It's where he's supposed to come back to.
Yeah. And he crossed the gates, and then they have those golden gates. And it's been documented throughout all different history that there's so many levels to this place. And it's everything that's underneath it, because they believed it tied to the Ark of the Covenant. Somehow.
I believe it's the true geographical center of the earth.
Or what if it's just the fucking the portal to hell? That's it. It's the gate. And which is why they wanted to put Jesus there. So when they killed him, that he was supposed to go to hell, not be risen.
I think it's left there like that for us to have these types of conversations where we could be like, well, what if it's there? Well, what if it's this? Well, what if it's that?
Just what if?
We never really know, but we know that there is some significance that comes to that certain place in the world and where these certain people come from. We know that there is something going on. We just don't know fully really what it is. So
what do you guys think? What do you guys think will be the entity that takes over the Middle East?
What do you mean by entity?
There's got to be one. There's got to be one ruling governor because that's the only way you're going to bring peace to it. Because there's too much division and fraction in the Middle East. Even sometimes in the same country, you just got them. You're a different type of Muslim than I am, so you're the worst thing to ever walk this face of the earth, type shit. Like, you got to have one ruling overall. This is it, in order for that entire system to be at peace. So, what do you think it will be?
I don't see them succumbing or falling into this little dragon system that takes over the whole world. I don't see them ever. I don't see them giving up their way of life. I don't see them falling. I don't, and that's where I see they have to. They don't have to.
No, they literally do. It's the prophecy. They have to.
They're gonna find some way.
The Antichrist finds a way to bring peace to the Middle East.
Yeah.
That's part of that. That's what he does before he reveals himself.
But the way that he's gonna go about it is definitely. I probably can't conceive how he's gonna do it because
China.
I can't conceive in my mind how he's gonna do it.
China. Who's all right? Because look at it like this. Like I said, America's still gonna do business with Saudi Arabia because they're backing Saudi Arabia's sovereignty and everything like that.
Yeah.
Outside of America, who's Saudi Arabia's biggest trading partner? China. All right. So China. Well, and we already know whoever gives you the most money is really the person that runs you. They're the person that owns you. So China owns them just like they own Myanmar and Thailand and South and North Korea and Japan, America, pretty much everybody. All right. So that's how the controlling entity takes over. That's how you bring peace to the Middle East. Because the beast in the East becomes the real beast in the East.
All right. I see where you're coming from.
The fourth beast.
I see where you're coming from. That makes sense.
Daniel chapter
Actually,
7.
it makes the most logical sense.
Daniel chapter 7. The fourth beast. It's talking about China. Iron teeth, and it crushes its competition.
And that's exactly what it does. On all levels. On all levels. Levels that you see and levels that you can't even conceive of seeing.
What do you think, Pat?
I mean, China is China. What can you can't stop China.
I'm not saying we got to stop them, but I'm just saying, do you think it's plausible?
Okay, no, not stop them, but how can you stand up to them? How can you become on a same playing field? How do you divvy up the everything, and you can't. You just can't. So it's like it's that machine, that well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
See,
if you do, you're damned if you don't.
That's where I think we could. If like I sent Pat a video a couple days ago about this guy who was talking about how people should go out and buy amounts, like whatever you can afford, just little amounts. Like, don't go broke doing it, but buy stock up on silver and gold.
Just silver.
Oh yeah, he just said silver.
Yeah, just silver. Fuck gold.
No, not fuck gold. Gold is worth a lot. You know how much shit gold is used in, bro.
No,
they use gold. They use gold to line almost everything in a spaceship.
That market is just so. There's so many major players that's involved.
It's not about the market. It's not about the market. It's about this. If you have every single one of us average ass fucking people go and spend $200 on fucking gold and silver, all right, we're gonna have enough average ass people that have bought back all the gold and silver. You have nothing. If you have nothing, you're worth nothing. Our paper money, bro, is worthless. That money you got in your pocket don't mean shit.
I know
Silver and gold
means everything.
Don't lose its real value, bro.
That's why it's part of the reason why they took Kennedy out. He's trying to get us back on. He's trying to get the gold and silver standard back. He wanted the money to be backed by something.
Same thing with
metals.
Yeah, same thing with Gaddafi. Gaddafi was trying to get his country.
Same thing with Gaddafi. They was mad at him. created his own currency.
Out of gold.
His own currency. I don't need y'all motherfuckers. I can do my own thing with my own currency. What? You gonna make up your own currency? You not fucking with us no more? Oh, this nigga got to go. Now we're gonna set up coups in your country and make you look like you're a bad leader, and then make the world look like you need to go. So then when we come and get you, only reason why you drag you the fuck up out of here was because you was going against the grain. But we're gonna make it look like to the general public like you're a terrorist, you're a villain. So therefore, when we go fuck you up, it's competent. Now everybody feels like you're supposed to get fucked up.
Right.
It's exactly how they did Gaddafi. They was mad at him because he was about to make the gold dinar. He was about to make a whole type of different currency that was going to fuck up the whole. It was going to fuck up everything. He got to go. We don't like people like that. Oh, he's not part of the boys club? Oh, he's not one of them back door taking dick in the ass niggas? Excuse my language and my vulgarity, but he's not one of them? Oh, he got to go. He's not down with the plan. Our plan is for the plan is for us to take over everything globally. No one is supposed to stand on their own 2 feet. They're supposed to all depend on us. So if he don't want to depend on us, then we got to find a way to get him out of here. And we're going to find a way. We control the media.
Little Gaddafi.
Rest in peace, Gaddafi. Muammar Gaddafi. Rest in peace.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know a whole lot about Gaddafi, like other than the basic general knowledge.
He was just pretty much a dictator, asshole.
Yeah, he's just a fan nigger. Excuse my friend.
God, man.
God.
And Steve, Jesus.
You know what? Where I wanted to go. Oh, and it's perfect that this all came up because it's just like it's kind of just all the stars is all lining up. I think we touched on this last week, but I don't think we keep it now.
About how people that are attracted to midgets are just in the closet pedophiles?
No, because I don't like little girls, but I like them. So don't be calling me out and shit. Don't be trying to put me on shit. Nah, go ahead, Pat. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, there's no other way to put it, but small people, they really freak me out, man.
Why? Why? Well, why do small people freak you out?
No, small
Dude,
people.
I'm huge. That's why. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know, man. If somebody stands like below your ball sack level, like that makes me uncomfortable.
See, Manly's only
you're not
like
a child,
5'8".
you know?
Manly's only like 5'8", so
there's gonna listen,
I'm listening.
Oh, Pat, you about to get trolled by mad midgets, bro.
Well, I'm not trying to say I hate them. I'm just saying because of my size, because I'm 6'5", 250 pounds. I'm a big dude.
You know what it is? I figured it out. You remember that story they used to tell us back at school about the giant that landed his ship on the shores of a village of a bunch of dwarfs, and the dwarfs fucking beat him up and tied him down to the ground?
Hold up. What fucking school did you go to? I ain't never heard that story.
You never heard the story, man.
I went to school in the hood. They ain't teaching shit.
Gulliver's Travel? No. What the fuck am I thinking of?
I don't know, but I can't remember the name of the book. But this book, they even made like a little like cartoon movie out of it and everything.
Yeah, I think it was Gulliver's Travel. They had Ted Danson as a giant. Oh shit!
I never heard that.
I think you did. You just don't remember it, bro.
I don't know, man. Maybe.
Like I was,
But
I used to be a bartender, right, a long time ago, and one time I had a person of short stature come to the bar and ask for a drink, and I, was kind of like go away, kid, because I didn't realize it was a person, like a full grown person, even though they weren't. So, so the guy got mad at me because I asked for his ID, and I just kind of looked at him and I laughed because he was 34, and at the time I was like 26, and I'm like, this is impossible. So I just went with it, and then by the end of the evening, he actually turned out to be a pretty cool guy, and as long as he was sitting on his stool, I was like comfortable, But when he got off the stool and he disappeared, you know what I mean? It's like, well, what the fuck? Where'd Dave just go? And so that part is just, as a tall person, I'm just, look, this is real talk, right? I'm just being real. I don't discriminate against anybody. I'm just saying it's just weird being a large person, being around such a small person. That's all. It's like taking two positives and putting it together. You're putting it together, but it's just starting to resist a little bit. Like, all right.
I mean, I guess I can understand that because honestly, I'm like 5'8". I like tall women. I like bitches who be like 5,000. I don't know. I don't mind it. People like, and it's like 6'3", and I'm 5'8". You feel some type of way to be in public. But what you talking about? I chop this tree down every day.
Dude, my wife's 5'2".
Don't get the fucked up. I wear the pants in this motherfucker. Just don't think that she's bigger than me. She's taller than me. I'm like, what? She still answers to yes, your honey.
Erica's like 5'9".
Mm-hmm. Man.
But what I wanted to get into was
I don't know, man. Your topic is starting to scare me.
Nah, man. I was trying to. I really wanted to get into this motherfucking this lesbian lives matter. I mean, Black Lives Matter. I'm sorry.
I see what you did there.
Are you sure you really want my honest opinion on this whole thing?
Oh, I definitely do, because I promise you we're probably going to be on the same. We're probably going to be right here.
Oh, he glitched out for a second. He's going to come back and he's going to be all hyped up, and we're not going to know anything he's talking about.
Right now, it looks like he's making a small field goal, like we're playing tabletop football, and somebody's getting ready to kick a field goal.
Yep. I wonder if we're going to make it.
No.
Hey.
I want this. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Welcome back.
So, my whole opinion on it, and if this offends anybody, I'm sorry, but this is just how I see it, bro. The shit's made by the government. It was made to just create further division, because all it's really doing is saying a lot of it seems to be is they're saying it's not just that we want reparations and all like that. We want to be equal. We want to be seen as better than you. I want more than my fair share back. I want revenge. And that shit's not how you create anything better in the world. Like, you straight out, I've straight out seen at these protests and shit like that. They got white people that are there fighting with you and have always been on your side their whole life, and you still calling them racist. Like, come on, bro. A lot of these people live in the same hoods that you do and go through the same problems you do, but you just don't see it. And like, in my opinion, that's just there to create divide.
That's because these niggas don't really want no change. All they really do is want a hug. They not, because if you sit down, most of these people that's out here rioting and protesting and all that, if you sit them down and have a logical conversation like we have, they don't have no solutions to the problem. All they want to do is cry about something. They don't have no solutions. They never sat down collectively and actually thought out what the fuck it is that they want to change. They just want to cry about something. That's all they want. All they
Actually,
want is attention. They're just like it. They're just like your little kid that
but see,
cries for no reason. They just want attention. That's all they want. They don't want no change. They just want attention.
they did sit down and think about it. And the one thing that they said is they wanted to eliminate the black male. They just didn't want to eliminate. They listen, and you can look it up on their fucking website,
I know
bro.
that.
Like, they don't want to eliminate you
That's
from the
what I said.
family picture. They want to
It's the
eliminate
black
you, period.
lesbians matter because women, and especially the black woman loves to play this. She's pro blackity black and all that, but really all together she's a feminist and a globalist.
And you know how
she's not for the betterment or the benefit of the collective of our so-called race or or whatever you want to call yourself. Because I feel like once you call yourself black, I feel like you disconnect yourself from anything. Because black culture, like black culture, that's hip hop is our culture. That's not even a culture. That's not a culture. That's not something that's etched in stone. That's not something that really has no base. That's not culture. Our culture is what? Selling crack, wearing big chains, and having our women subjectify themselves to shaking their ass all the time. That's our culture? That's your culture? No wonder why they don't respect you, because you call that your culture. That's not your culture.
But see, that's what they wanted you to believe was your culture, so they make it your culture.
No, that's not my culture.
No. I get what you're saying. It's not your culture.
With pro blackity black. My problem is with the pro blackity black is that they say that hip hop is a culture. Hip hop is not a culture. Hip hop is music. It's not a culture. It could possibly be a way of life, but it's not a culture. Once you say it's a culture, now you leave it up to people to treat you the way they treat you because you call that your culture.
Like,
that was already perpetuated. It was stereotyped by the same people that you swear to God that you're fighting against.
Well, bro, let's kind of look like this, right?
Facts.
Like, let's look at it like this. You've kind of done it to yourselves over all these years, though, because you look at it like this. You guys.
No, I ain't do it to myself.
No.
That people put and venerate in front of our faces as being the people that we're supposed to love and worship.
You're misconstruing what I'm saying. I'm not saying you personally. I'm just meaning as a whole, the black community. All right, because you guys, like Native Americans do the same thing. Every race does it. Like, we have things and we just say that's a black person thing. That, you know what I mean? Like that's a Lumbee thing. That's a Win thing. You know what I mean? We all do it. Shit like that is what perpetuates those cultures that we make. You know what I mean? Sitting back and eating fucking pork chops and all that shit. Oh, you know, you white. You don't know how to make pork chops. That's a black thing. Like, come on, bro. Really?
Yeah.
Like, do you know why eating fried chicken is a black thing? Because that's what they made you eat. Because that's what they wanted to eat. You had to eat the leftovers of what they had that night for dinner. And who was cooking that dinner? The slaves. And why was they cooking it? Because they taught you to cook it for them. Like, come on, bro. They told you what your culture was to ruin you. Like,
exactly.
I'm not saying any of these words out of hate, because I feel like every time I feel like
everything that you're saying is exactly the way that I feel.
But see, it's not you.
Look at it as hate because they're hearing it come from your mouth instead of mine.
And see, that's the problem. I'm not a bigot, people. I'm not racist. I'm just being honest with you. Like, my race does it to ourselves too, bro. Like, there is no black thing. There is no white thing.
Race. Let's leave that alone. Let's stop saying race. Let's say ethnicity, because it's only one race and it's human.
Like, yeah.
Facts.
Like, all this shit is just, they want us to be divided. Like, I'm sorry to tell you guys this, but eating hog maws and pig's feet and all that shit,
that's
you guys.
Slave food.
Exactly.
You are perpetuating. You are continue to keep perpetuating the stereotype that they set on us from day one.
But see, that's not even where I was gonna go with it. That's not a culture thing. You know what that is? That's a Southerner thing, people. White Southerners eat that shit just as much as you guys do. And I guarantee you, they cook it just as good as you because they've been cooking it their whole fucking life. All right? It's not a race thing. All right? It is legitimately just a people thing. It's what your surroundings give you.
The only reason why we make it such a race thing is because in my neighborhood, or whatever you want to call, quote unquote, my culture, it's more prevalent, spread through my culture than you would find it in someone else's culture. You would have to really go back down south and really, really go back in your nature to find someone within your bloodline that's still cooking hog maw and pig's feet and still eating tripe, aka chitlins. You have to find someone. In my culture, I don't even have, nigga, I could go next door and find somebody that's cooking that same shit. Other cultures have found out that that shit isn't all right, and they've left it alone. But it's still more prevalent in my culture than it is in every other culture. And I'll be trying to put that out to them to like, yo, there's no reason why you should be eating food like that. Because you're almost degrading yourself. As far as America has come, there's no reason why you're spending money on the scraps that was given to your ancestors when you can afford steak like they can. Why are you eating that when you can eat this?
We can give you a timer. I think we should get.
Because you've been brainwashed to think that that's what you're supposed to eat. Because that's your culture. That's not your culture. It's what someone else has driven on you.
I think we should get the white guy's opinion. Jesus.
Why not?
Well, because you keep talking.
Hey, bro, you whatever you feel passionate about, you need to get it off your chest. I'm all about it. I'm sitting back enjoying the show. I think you guys are having a really good discussion. It's kind of loud and you tend to talk over one another, but it's, I understand the message from both people's sides. I hear what you're saying. Like,
no, but we want to hear your side because you're coming from a side that is unbiased. As much as we want to say we're still biased about our situation because we've grown up in these places, you're coming from a sense of not knowing. So it's kind of like a child. A child is just honest about what is brought forth in front of them because they don't know anything about anything. They just know what they know.
I grew up in all these situations though, man, bro. Like I grew up in the hood, I grew up in the country, I grew up in the suburbs.
Oh no, me too.
So
I've been adopted by white families when things went left. And I've been in all different types of situations. That's why I feel like I'm only like that. We're only right to be able to speak about certain things because we do come from different aspects of life, and we do think differently than everybody else does. But I just think that the black community needs just like a whole 360 segue. Like this shit gotta all the way change around. Because this shit it's always been toxic and it's always gonna be toxic until we decide to stop getting played like the butt of the joke. Because it's like, yeah, y'all niggas is cool and all that, like but we always the butt of the joke. If you always break it down, like black people is always the butt of the joke. But if you look at society, the society will make it seem like we're top notch. But we're always still the butt of the joke because in reality, what you see on TV doesn't equate to what goes on in reality.
Pineapple. Excuse me.
I want to know something. And I'm asking both of y'all this one. I want to know, just out of sake of humor, tell me a good white person joke. Everybody knows a good white people joke, right? I really want to know. I'm not even I just want to know. I've never really heard one.
Nah, to be honest with you, Pat, I don't know one, man. And you know what? You're speaking more proof to power than what I'm saying. There is no jokes about white people.
That's
There's no joke.
So that's the point that I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I mean,
what are you gonna do? Call them you know what I'm saying? Like, there is no jokes about white people.
Hold on. Don't say that. I got one. Maybe it's because
I'm Googling.
No, I'm not Googling nothing. I've heard this joke multiple times because it's a Native American thing. So you got a Native guy, a white guy, and a black guy all standing on a cliff, and in front of them is a genie.
Damn, I heard this joke so many times.
Is a genie that'll gift them any power is the moment they jump off the cliff, but they have to jump off the cliff to prove their commitment, right? So the first guy the white guy says, well, I'm gonna go first because, you know, I deserve to. So the white guy goes first and he jumps out and he wants to have the ability to gain a lot of money. Drops and dies. Right? Because he just wanted power. So then the black guy goes to the cliff and he goes to jump, and he said, I don't remember what his power was. Like, he wanted something stupid. He wanted something like gluttonous.
It sound like a nigga.
And then the Native American guy comes up to the cliff, and as soon as he jumps, he says, I want to soar like an eagle, and just flies off.
See, we all have a different iteration about that joke, but it either forsakes who we are or it makes us look better in the light that we tell the story, depending on who we tell it to.
That's the only one I got for you.
So, I really don't. But Pat, I'm sitting here in my mind, like, literally, I was adopted by a white family. Do you know how many motherfucking jokes I've heard in my life? Like, for real. But to be honest with you, there's nowhere near as many motherfucking white jokes as I heard as if I heard about myself.
Or anybody.
I heard that.
Or anybody
about anybody. There's jokes about everyone else except for white people. There's
but there
no
is,
jokes
though.
About white people.
Oh, there is, though.
Only white people know them. They don't tell those jokes to white people.
Blonde jokes. Blonde jokes are white people jokes. You ever heard of
white people
have you ever heard of Karens? You ever heard of Karens?
Like, you're like, damn, this is some dumb shit.
I'm just saying, have you ever heard of the Karens of the world? All the different Karens?
The Karens? Oh my God, the Karens of the world. I know all the
Okay,
Karens.
again, so they're white people, so there's jokes about them. That's what I'm saying. So there are. But there's never anything that starts with something just immediately racist off the bat. It's never blah, blah, blah. So they had to come up with a way with a friendlier version. Okay, let's do dumb blonde jokes instead. And that's a typical white thing, a dumb blonde.
I mean, it does make sense, but it's like, damn, well, how come there isn't that, like, why isn't there that leash for when it's jokes about us? It's just all the way, just goes all the way to us. It's not even like subliminal. It's just all the way there.
I just like to joke. I love jokes. I love telling jokes. I like to make people laugh.
I love jokes.
You know what I mean? You don't really hear too many white people jokes. So that's the only reason why I asked that question.
No, you're honest though. I'm thinking in my mind. I'm like, how many white people jokes do I know? I don't know. But honestly, I know mad jokes about myself.
Yeah, you ever seen
that are not who I am, but it perpetuates the stereotype of who I am. But I know more jokes about that than I know about someone else. That's crazy.
What'd you say, Joe?
You ever seen Night of the Roxbury?
What, jokes about myself?
No. You ever seen Night of the Roxbury?
Night of the Roxbury? I never really watched that. That's been like a... I don't know.
The guys that made the "What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Nothing?
Don't hurt me." No.
I mean, I heard the song. I never watched the movie, though.
You're uncultured.
I ain't gonna lie. It's like the white shit. I ain't watching the movie. Like,
you see, you can't say that, man. That goes against everything we just talked about. Look at that. Look at that, people. For the last half hour.
I could be watching the movie.
And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate you. safety meeting.
Like I said, listen, man, I'm still a human being. I fall short of all of God's glory. So sometimes I don't be tapped into certain things because I'll be thinking about how I was raised, and that's my problem.
It's all right, because you know what? The best jokes are the ones that piss people off. So racist jokes are amazing half the time.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know more racist jokes than I know any other jokes. I know more jokes that I can tell the black people that get them mad at me. I didn't even know that joke. So I'm like, because I ain't gonna lie, I was in a room full of white people one night and they told a joke, and I definitely dead ass felt offended, but I had to laugh because it did have some type of truth to it.
You didn't have to fucking laugh. I would
Nah,
look at you.
I ain't have to.
I would look at you and be like,
type of truth to it, man. Listen, man, those jokes, them shit do be having some truth to it, man. I heard this nigga say, yo, what's the difference between Batman and a black man? Batman can go one day without robbing. That shit made me laugh. That shit made me laugh. And I was like, I can't even believe I laughed at that. Like, my niggas will get mad that I laughed at that, but that shit was funny. That was funny.
That was funny.
It doesn't matter if it was like racially, no matter about the racial tension that was behind the joke, it was still funny because I don't know too many niggas that ain't win one day without robbing. So that's all I'm saying. It's funny.
I mean, I know plenty of black people don't rob people, but it's just still funny.
I'm just saying, but it's still funny. It's still funny because you still got in your mind, you still got what you may have think about that demographic, even if you haven't been around there physically to even see what goes on. You still thinking like, oh, you know, like if you're robbing people and shit. So you hear that joke, you like, oh, that's funny. But when you really know that niggas really do be robbing people, that shit's funny. Y'all be like, no, you mad at me for what? Because somebody put a song out that be saying the same shit that you really be doing? Don't be mad at me. Because I laugh.
But listen, there's white guys that live in trailer parks that are the exact same way.
I mean, I grew up in a trailer park. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly. I bet you've met a lot of meth heads.
No, meth wasn't a thing when I was growing up in the
I say meth wasn't a thing like that on the East Coast.
Not in the 90s.
No, not in the 90s.
They were still riding the wave of cocaine back then.
Yeah, they were still there. They were still sniffing and smoking crack.
Oh no.
I bet you if you pull up to one of them spots that's still been popping since back then in New York, one of them guys, what? I bet you almost half of them people that live in that goddamn trailer park smoke crack.
I don't know.
Ever since I moved from New York, I thought I seen a crack epidemic living in New York City, nigga. When I came, nigga, what, upstate? What? I found out white people smoke just as much crack as black people do. Probably more, because they can afford it.
So,
yeah, I got nothing for that.
No, I got something to say. I'm just trying to figure out how to word it. I've been having a crazy feeling, guys. Pat's been saying something to me that I've been thinking has been fucking nuts, but I'm starting to think he might be right. What if Trump is going to sneak back in as our president? Because Biden, hey, listen, you laugh. Biden's still not technically in the White House.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm not even gonna let. I ain't gonna say nothing because.
And Biden by each day is losing more and more support by the military. There's a bunch of troops right now that are pissed because they were supposed to go home, and he's just said, "Yeah, nope, you're gonna have to stay." But Trump was ready to let him come home. What do we need troops in Germany for?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought we beat them niggas in World War II.
Exactly. So, but
what are we still there for?
So I don't know, man. I think you might have been right, Pat.
No, we just there to influence the culture so it moves where we want it to move. That's why it's Team America World Police. We got bases. Nobody in the world has bases in every fucking country in the world except for us. Because we want to monitor everything, man. We gonna tell everybody you ain't doing it right if you ain't doing it our way.
That's the point. The military is more back Trump than Biden.
No, the military is more backed America, not just specifically one man, but the concept of America in its entirety. You're never going to have the military turn on the people.
But listen, when it comes to being them backed more by Trump or Biden, they back Trump more than Biden.
I would too.
So with that said, maybe this Myanmar shit, and the reason why they're not putting it on mainstream news, it's just a test for what they're gonna do in America. And they're gonna do it the same fucking way. And when they give the military power, the power is just gonna go to fucking Trump when he doesn't get impeached. And they find the real collusion that happened, and the real voter fraud and all that shit,
which has been actually proven. If you go on different sources, it's been proven in more than 10 examples. And I mean, not trying to, again, I don't support either or. However, I do believe one has the future of this country in mind, where the other one wants to eradicate it. That's just my opinion.
I don't trust neither one of them.
Not even eradicate it. I just think that they're just trying to move. They're just trying to keep themselves aligned with the powers that be that are trying to move this country and trying to move this world where they're trying to move. So they're just trying to stay on track for whatever their masters told them. So that's what they're going to try to push. We're not going to fuck with somebody that's all the way against the grain. Like somebody that doesn't believe and doesn't follow everything that we do. There's, to be honest with you, like if we really want to keep it a buck in modern times, the motherfucking most president that we should be talking all shit about is motherfucking George Bush. Nobody says shit about this nigga, man. They let Kanye say something about him, man. Nobody talks shit about this man.
Because they have all the power.
But they talk about. They ain't talk about him when he was in power. They don't talk about him when he's been out of power. They don't talk about him like that.
Right, because they're on a different level. They're some of the elites.
Yes.
But when they see somebody like Trump that don't be sucking dick and don't be doing all that backdoor shit with all them, he got to get up out of here because he doesn't fuck with our agenda. See,
Trump isn't on the same level as Bush, bro. Bush is all up in there in Skull and Bones, the Illuminati, like the top of the top. Like, do you know? That's why they don't fuck with Trump. Like, do you know how hard it is to be a member of the Skull and Bones? Like, bro, they pre-pick who they're gonna put in there. Yeah. There's no way. There's no way Bush was supposed to be going to Yale. He didn't have the fucking scores for it. Guy's a fucking moron. There's no reason why him and someone else that was a part of the same secret society as him is both running for president. That's collusion already. No. Why wasn't there no collusion case when two people that was part of a secret society are both running for president? Why was no collusion then? Because that's been like that every election since the start. That's what I'm trying to say. Because they're not going to go against the grain. This whole country society was founded off of secret societies. Exactly. The founding fathers were Freemasons. All right. Exactly. So then, when someone's not one of them, they're gonna do everything that they can do to disparage and to discredit this person in the public eye, because you don't even have to go to court. If you lose in the public eye, you lost altogether. Bro, Trump is one of them, though. Trump comes from all of that. Of course he does. Like, do you know how Trump's family got rich? Nope. His uncle worked for worked with the U.S. government on a bunch of Nikola Tesla's documents, and he got hold of a bunch of Nikola Tesla's inventions and shit like that. He was what kind of scientist was he, Pat? I can't remember the word.
Basically
like a bioengineer or some shit like that.
That's where the Barron Trump and all that's where the Barron Trump shit and all that comes from.
Yes. Well, no,
I know.
No. Barron Trump comes from a book called The Last President in the year 1912. It's actually a great book. But it talks about a boy named Barron Trump whose address was the address of the White House, and his father was the king named Donald. Or the president. Sorry, he was the last president. His name was Donald. Donald J. Trump, down to that fact in the book.
But they set that all up. All this shit is just a dumb show.
It is a TV show.
They
Yeah,
already
did you
had
hear?
this shit mapped out. They already knew how many 4 years ago we started moving.
Yo, did you hear that the guy that was wearing horns at the Capitol riot? He calls Do you hear what he calls himself? QAnon shaman. Says that he was there by invite of the president and all this shit. Like, bro, he just sounds like a nutbag, man. Like some G shit. He sounds like a crazy person that they found, that they arrested and said, oh yeah, this guy's crazy. Like, they knew out of everyone there that there had to have been crazy people, and they said, all right, yeah, this guy's definitely crazy. We're gonna make him a focal point, and that's what they've done. He's requested
Is Antifa.
Yeah, like he requested a all organic diet. Like, that's whatever. Like, I've seen people in jail, they all have weird diets. Like, you allowed to request whatever. But what did they do? They purposely send them to a state that doesn't have that dietary restriction. So the dude spent like a week and a half not eating. So they have to spend more taxpayer money to transfer him to another facility that does have that dietary restrictions. Like, come on, bro. They playing everybody.
Get you up out of here. I don't know. They just play on the heartstrings of what we do. That's what they really do. Just play off your emotions, man. Play off your emotions.
They're beating the drum of Trump is the bad guy, and they're beating it as hard as they possibly can.
Of course.
But he's not the bad guy.
Somebody's got to be the villain.
I mean, I don't think he's the good guy either.
No.
I just think he's the bad guy with the better intentions.
I'm not saying he's the good guy either. Yeah, that's exactly what I think. I think he's the lesser of two evils. They're both evil, but he's the lesser of two evils, though.
I truly think he has.
He's the lesser of two evils.
What's that, Pat?
I said I truly believe he always
got these
had good
motherfucking people in his ear.
That's why he was always an enemy, and he's always targeted from the beginning.
I think
he was a threat.
I think we fucked up, and we should have all voted for fucking Bernie Sanders.
Oh,
Really would have just flipped everything all around.
I think Bernie's the one that really cares.
Decepticons.
That's why Bernie was sitting there at the inauguration so pissed off. Because he's the one that really cares. He sees that Biden doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Decepticons.
Yeah. He looks like he's
going in. Make that a meme. Oh, he left. Oh, he's back.
See?
Some technical difficulties.
Okay. Yeah. That's Satan. You already know who that is.
Yeah, you guys already know.
Decepticons.
You know who that is. That's right. We can't see him, but you know.
We know who that
it
is. That's the powers that be.
That's right. Can't see you
We
though.
know who that is. That's the powers that be trying to stop this motherfucking podcast, man, from reaching everybody in the world.
Oh man, he had such a good run though, man.
Powers that be.
Whoa. Yeah, exactly right. Like, damn. He's all over the place.
Where's a minor malfunction? We'll be right back after this short ad from our sponsors. Oh, got a little dot, and we're back.
Man.
Do, 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 do.
Do, 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 do. Cool skit.
See, what had happened was
What happened was that whole try to stop this very articulate conversation that was talking about, and nothing but building. So he had friends come in here and try to like put his little bullshit up in here. He ain't stopping right now. Things a bit. He always will.
Man, if anybody out there caught that, can you leave it in the comments? Because that was
wild.
amazing. I have no idea what the fuck he just said.
Mm-hmm. I think that means he's getting close to his earphones running out of battery.
Yep, that's what I think it
Last
means
time we
too.
got all Decepticons.
Yep.
It's not even that. Because I was here and I hear a beat in my headphones in front of God.
I don't know.
Word.
I'm with you, Pat. I think it's the headphones.
We've been talking on here for all this time with these headphones on and it ain't stopped nothing yet.
Oh,
It just popped up, just started acting weird. Nah, man.
oh, see, now
I know
it's
who that
working.
is.
Now it's working. That's crazy though, man.
See? I know who that is. I know who that is.
Who was
That's
it?
motherfucker Satan trying to stop some shit. Stopping nothing else.
What? That I was talking about how we all fucked up and we needed to vote for fucking motherfucker. Oh man, now I forgot his name. Shit,
Bernie
that
Sanders?
might. Yeah, Bernie Sanders. Maybe that was the devil, man. You might be right. We should have voted for
I'm
Bernie.
telling you.
Like,
I'm telling you, it's the devil, man.
that's who I wanted the whole time. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. At first, I was riding Andrew Yang, and then as soon as he dropped out, I was back on Bernie. No homo. Like, I think Bernie was a better choice than Joe Biden or Trump. Bernie cares about the average American. Neither one of them have ever lived their life as an average American. Bernie has. Bernie Sanders grew up on fucking welfare. All right. Back in the day when
about the normal American person.
Yeah. Yo, back in the day when you was living on welfare, when you were eating government cheese, you know. Nowadays we call it brick cheese, but
yeah, government cheese. That big ass brick you got every month. That big ass brick of cheese.
Like,
I told everybody we should have Social Security. You know, we all get that bread. Nobody want to listen to the joke. What do I know?
let's think about it. That's why he was so pissed off at the inauguration. He's sitting there like, man, come on, man.
He couldn't
Bro,
me.
I've never done a Bernie impression before.
They couldn't have had me at the inauguration. I don't lost. Past two.
He goes to every.
Looking like that too.
He goes to all of them. Goes to all of them.
Keep inviting these and that. Come on, man.
If it wasn't so cold there, I'd say we all should move to Vermont, but I'm good.
I know, right? But I don't know about all that. Keep cold there.
We wouldn't have him as president, but he'd be our senator.
I ain't gonna lie, these sound good though.
I hear Denmark looks pretty good right around this time of year.
Yeah, but they're socialists, man. So you can't move there. That's just as bad as communism. They're gonna give you money and help you out. And it's such a bad thing. Free health care.
Treat you the same and all that, right?
Yeah, free health
like
care.
You're a human being. You don't want to go there.
Like, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Like a human.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I would be 100% all right paying extra in taxes to know that a 7-year-old can go see the doctor, and shit like that. Or
yeah,
that that 65-year-old always has insurance, or that random 25-year-old that fucking breaks his leg being a dumbass can actually go to the hospital and get helped and not get charged fucking tooth and nail and be paying it off for the next 10 years. Fuck yeah. Why not? It's called being a person. Why is that system such a bad thing?
Because it's not conducive to what the big companies want for their projection of the world to go. That's
Can't
the only reason
monopolize
why. Exactly. You can't monopolize love. You can't.
Is Denmark
people
really
are doing things out of the kindness of their heart?
Is Denmark really doing that bad?
Not at all. But you know how TV's going to make
or better yet, how about this one? Is Switzerland really doing that bad? When was the last time you heard that? When was the last time you heard them in a war with anybody?
Well, shit, the last time I heard that's where all the motherfucking drug lords and all the people trying to get away from America and from Europe and all that, that's where they go to bury their money. So it seemed like they fucking with, I said, I fuck with them. So they fuck with everybody else.
Like, that's the thing. No one fucks with Switzerland.
No. That's why when you beef with somebody, you always say, yo, I'm Switzerland. I'm neutral. Like, I don't got no problem with nobody.
What's up?
That's all. They got good. They have a good chocolate. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
they got good chocolate.
They got a lot of good things. They got like one thing that I like about Switzerland. Like, I think I've brought it up before in a podcast. I think it was last week. Like, their jail system, bro. Everyone comes home. They set you up. They set you up in an apartment. They give you schooling. They teach you how to live life. They give you life skills. So that way, when you go back out in the streets, you can be a productive member of society. They don't lock you up in a cage and then just tell you to fend for yourself.
Yeah. The same, you definitely was talking about that last week. Same thing. They got the same thing going on there in Sweden and Holland and the Netherlands, like all through that. That's where they try to push. It's about, okay, somebody made a mistake, but we're not, okay, you have to accept, you know what I'm saying, the consequences of whatever crime or whatever it is that you did, but we're still not going to treat you like you're just an animal, like you're still a human being. We want you to be, because after you get out of here, you're going to go back into society that we run. So if we're going to send you back out to society, we're trying to set you back out there with the most skills and the most tools for you to be successful, so you don't have to come back and keep making our country look like they ain't worth shit.
Yeah, you know they got a prison in Russia called the Black Dolphin. This place, it's for. Oh, dude, this place is for like the worst of the worst, man. Like, I mean, the guys that sat there and cooked their parents, serial killers, shit like that.
That's probably what, Club Fat? Probably bad night.
It's worse than that, bro. Like, this jail, bro, first off, wherever you go, they handcuff you, blindfold you, and keep you down at a 90-degree position the whole time. So that way you can't memorize the walk area and shit like that. And then your cell is, the outside door is a big-ass fucking metal door, right? Slam shut. Boom. And then there's the old school metal bars that you see as an outside cell. And then on the inside of that is another cell with another set of bars. And that's where you live with another person in a 9x9. And you never leave your cell except for 1 hour a week or some shit like that. To where, again, you go to another area with that person pent up in a little cage. That's like maybe 11x11 at that point.
Well, that's human degradation, like on like the highest level.
Those damn Russians.
Bro, you're on TV, you're on recording 24/7. There's always someone watching you. Like, that's just
black open.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. I can't even conceive you being in a situation.
You ever seen that movie In Hell by Jean-Claude Van Damme? Where he's an American he's like some kind of like engineer or something like that, and he's doing work over in Russia. And one night his wife got murdered, and he kind of like in the movie Shawshank, he got blamed for it. He goes to jail for it. Or no, his wife was cheating on him or some shit like that. He killed the dude that was cheating, whatever it was. He went to prison for you know what I mean, whatever. And bro, they sent him to this prison, and they just pretty much like they had this weird thing to where you would have to fight to the death. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the guards would bet on it and shit like that. So, basically, basically, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Survival of the fittest. Because everyone had to participate in it. And, like, bro, the shit was crazy, man. If you've never seen it, Pat, it's worth for searching for. It's called In Hell. Like, because at the end of the movie, I don't hope I ain't ruining nothing, because you probably won't watch it anyways. I can see it in your face. But at the end of the movie, because he ends up getting locked up in the hole for a lot of the time in the movie, and he starts to communicate with the guy next to him through banging on the wall, and the guy next to him, some fucking like 7'7", 550-pound fucking monster, right? So at the end of the movie, they try to bring him out to kill Jean-Claude Van Damme, and he's got him up against the wall in a fucking chokehold, getting ready to fucking crush him. And Van Damme starts banging on the wall like he would when he was across from him on the other cell. And the guy dropped him because he recognized who it was. I've been locked up my whole life, and you're the only person to communicate to me. That's my friend. I can't kill you. And the next thing you know, they take over the prison. Start killing all the guards and shit.
See, I have a problem with Van Damme movies. No.
Why? What you got against Van Damme?
Listen. This is my complaint.
Because he's
my only
Van Damme fan.
No, that was a. Don't you start assuming, you fucking assumer. No, this is what I have a problem with Van Damme, okay? My only problem. Every time he's in a cool fight scene, they do slow motion, and you got to watch him go, while his face is jiggling for 45 seconds. And that's annoying. That makes me want to fucking punch the television. I'm just saying. I don't want to watch... Every time he does a throw, he punches, boom, and then he goes into slow motion. It pisses me off. Every fucking
I respect
Van Damme movie with a fight scene.
But
I don't Van Damme. Other than that, I've watched a lot of his movies.
Right now. I'm thinking of Bloodsport right now. Yes. He did for this. Yeah.
All right, so
yeah.
Here's a weird question then. And WCW and WWE do not count. Who is your favorite ECW wrestler of all time?
I'll let y'all go first.
ECW.
ECW.
Your favorite ECW wrestler? I'll let y'all go first. Mine is probably going to boggle your mind.
I'm going to go with...
I don't even have to think. I already know.
I'm going to go with Sandman.
Sandman?
Who?
Yep, same thing
That's
as mine.
who I was going to pick.
Sandman.
That's who I was going to pick. That's who I was going to pick. That's that's the best ECW wrestler of all time to me is Sandman. Nobody got shit on Sandman.
And then
he come out banging that Metallica. Man, you ain't got nothing on Sandman, man. He putting you to sleep.
It goes him and then Taz, in my opinion.
I'd say him and then Tommy Dreamer.
I don't like Tommy Dreamer. I always thought he was a little bitch.
Hey, welcome back. All right. Hey, no more Decepticons. Maybe, maybe not.
Oh, we didn't even notice. We were just going on about Sandman.
Whatever.
So all right. So
that's crazy that we all I didn't even think that y'all was gonna pick Sandman.
So who's your second favorite? I said Taz, and he said Tommy Dreamer.
Oh, hands down, Rhino.
Rhino. I can respect that.
Okay.
I can respect that.
Rhino.
I just respected how Taz was a little short, fat guy. They just put everybody to sleep.
Yo, Rhino. Yo, god damn it. Taz is a badass.
Yeah, he was.
The guy who patented the what did you call it? The fucking tiger suplex.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
I had
like crazy, or like y'all are glitching like crazy.
No,
I got a group that I'm a part of on Facebook.
You're good now.
In the group that I was on Facebook, they said, "What do you?" They put up their Mount Rushmore of ECW wrestlers, and they put Sabu, Taz, Taz. They put Tommy Dreamer on there. And then I don't know what the fuck niggas are smoking, but for some reason they said Chris Jericho. I just think niggas smoke crack.
I've never liked him, man. The walls of Jericho. It's not even a good move.
I didn't like him on ECW. I liked him more when he started fucking with like the mainstream shit. Like when he was WCW, I liked him. I liked Chris Jericho when he was WCW. I didn't like him when he was WWE, WWF, whatever. I don't want to say nothing because I don't want to fuck with anybody's copyrights on it. But he was way better on WCW than he was on ECW. He was corny on ECW. Like he just seemed like he was lower level, but he seemed like he was going to suck a dick to get to the next level. So that I can understand why Chris Jericho popped. He was gonna suck. He was gonna suck Arn Anderson's dick.
You know what?
In the back.
That's funny you say that because that's how I felt about. That's how I felt about Edge and Christian.
He was gonna suck Arn Anderson's dick for that deal.
That's why they came in. That's why Pat. That's why they came in playing vampires.
Because they was sucking.
Yes, because Pat knows what I'm talking about.
Because they was sucking. They was sucking Arn Anderson's dick.
Vince McMahon in WWE, baby.
Vince McMahon, Arn Anderson, and them sucking it the long way.
Could come out as the Brood.
Yeah, man. I hate you, Jerry. I'm fucking about him all day. Bad. I don't fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like y'all talking. Like Chris Jericho. I'm like, how the fuck is Chris Jericho on Mount Rushmore for ECW? I'm like, oh yeah, all y'all niggas is fucking dick. Y'all do not watch.
All right. Let's get up a second. Let's talk about this then. Who do you think is, in your opinion, the greatest wrestler of all time?
The greatest yo, that is. Oh, let me put the bong down.
That's a tough one.
Hold on, are we talking? Are we talking about entertainment value or?
Yeah, are we saying the best?
Technique.
Or are we going to say the most influential?
Or are we talking about technique?
Joe, don't
so many
variables. I'm saying the greatest wrestler.
No, I need those variables because there's different.
Yeah,
answers.
I do too.
Because if we're
I
talking
do
about
too.
pure technique, it's Kurt
Okay,
Angle.
the greatest professional wrestler of all time.
Pure technique.
Technique-wise.
Pure technique wise,
Pure technique?
Kurt Angle. Entertainment value
Kurt
wise,
Angle?
The Rock.
Kurt Angle. Pure technicality wrestling-wise. The best?
Kurt Angle.
Oh, I'm going to say the best? Pure, like a technician, how he did what he did, I'm going to say, in his prime, Kurt Hennig. Mr. Perfect was really perfect.
Mine won world titles
Dude,
for
I
wrestling.
love Kurt Hennig.
Just saying, mine
Mr.
got
He's
actual.
such a good villain.
I'm just saying, Kurt Angle's got Olympic gold medals for wrestling.
I mean, yeah, but we're not talking about actual wrestling. We're talking about
No, we
sports
are. He said professional wrestler. Those guys that are in the Olympics are professional wrestlers.
Oh, here we go, Bean. All right. Technicality, but
I mean, that is a fact also.
wise, I'll say Kurt Hennig. I don't think nobody was outside of a perfect wrestler other than Mr. Perfect. He did everything the right
Mr.
way.
Perfect was the real deal. Mm-hmm. And he did it perfectly.
He did it perfectly. That's why he was Mr. Perfect.
Best entertainment value is The Rock, though, 100%.
Right?
Best entertainment value? Stone Cold Steve Austin. What the fuck is wrong with you? The best entertainment value-wise is Stone Cold, man. Come on, man. Come on,
No.
Joe. I love you to death, man. You're going to say that The Rock is better than Stone Cold?
Yes.
Entertainment value-wise?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Austin 316 had your grandma that went to church every Sunday cracking a beer and pouring that shit over her head.
You want to know why? You want to know why? Because he was in constant battle with The Rock. Until he got into constant battle with The Rock, you weren't hollering behind Stone Cold Rattlesnake 316.
What do you mean? We were behind Stone Cold's battles with Mankind. We was fucking with him, and we was fucking when him and the Undertaker had shit. But it wasn't as like entertaining, but it was still there.
Stone
Shit,
Cold.
remember him and Booker T? Him and Booker T had some of the most infamous battles.
Stone Cold had been wrestling for over a decade before he came in with The Rock and then blew up.
Nigga, we can remember him Stone Cold Stunner and the nigga that signed everybody checks, man.
So I'm gonna just insert my picks because we haven't got to that yet. So I'm from a different generation. I've been watching wrestling my whole life. I still watch it now, right? I want to say professional wrestler, my opinion, greatest of all time, Shawn Michaels.
Oh,
my favorite wrestler of all time.
I ain't gonna lie.
However, from
to be honest with you, Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler.
Hang on, let me finish.
Hold on, he's not finished.
Let me finish. No. I'm gonna say, but my personal favorite wrestler of all time is Hulk Hogan. I was a Hulkamaniac for life.
Hulkamania?
So there's my two.
But I can understand the era and the age that you are, of course. Of course.
Those are my two. So I think technically Shawn Michaels is the best. When he's nobody even remotely close on that level.
No.
All the wrestlers I've ever watched.
He's the showstopper. He's the heartbreaker. He's everything, man. Pay-per-view wasn't pay-per-view until Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart stepped on the scene. Niggas forget about Bret Hart, too. Don't forget about the motherfucking Hitman.
It's because...
Don't fucking forget about Bret Hart. Y'all niggas be forgetting about Bret Hart. Why y'all niggas always shit on Bret Hart? Don't forget about Bret Hart. That's the
Nobody's shitting on him. Bret Hart is the excellent of execution.
Put one of y'all on the sharpshooter right now. Don't fuck with Bret Hart.
Set him up for the heart attack.
Like I never really watched it like now as I got older. Like in my mind, all I could think of is me being born in '89 and then my mother being older than me. Like my mom ordered all the wrestling pay-per-views. Like, we always watched some shit. Like, every pay-per-view that came out, we always watched them. So it was like, it was just something that I gravitated towards because it was something my mother was on. I didn't know nothing about no damn wrestling unless she put me onto it. But that era from like 95 to like 2000 and maybe like 2, like after that, I just kind of left the shit alone.
I have a problem with the fact that the guy from the real
What's your
world,
problem?
that the guy from the real world is like a major person in WWE.
Who's that? I don't even know.
The Miz?
See, I don't even know that.
Yeah, he was on the Real World. I think when they went to like New York or Seattle or some shit like that.
I never even knew that. I never even knew he was on there.
Yep.
I haven't followed the shit in years. I just go back off the nostalgia. Like, I remember Hunter Hearst Helmsley before he was Triple H.
Hunter.
Well, mainly I want to tell you a little secret. Outside of, about a year when we split up, when I had Eli, I've been with the same person for the last 14 years or so. So you just kind of know all the things that they know, bro. It's how a relationship works.
That's the secret.
That's the secret.
Oh.
You ain't never lied about that, though.
And she loves that shit.
Yeah. I still love wrestling, but I still I'm an old head. Like, a Real World, I ain't never even watched that shit a day in my life.
Erica loves that shit, man. Erica loves that shit.
I never watched the Real World a day in my life.
She likes watching. They do like some challenge to where all the old people that used to be on the show get together and they compete.
The physical challenge?
Yeah, like physical challenges and mental challenges and shit. She likes watching that.
Yeah, that's like some shit that we would be on if it was like NBA.
Those are all right. Those rooms aren't too bad. It's a lot of backstabbing your friends in the back though.
Oh man, see, that's not some shit that I think. I don't condone that type of lifestyle.
A lot of being two-faced.
Yeah, see, I don't condone that type of lifestyle, so that's not something I could see myself like getting enamored in.
But you know what? But you know what the fucked up thing about it is? That's what our generation has grown up watching. Shit that's programmed not to believe what's in front of you, and that everybody is two-faced because I'm being two-faced.
Yeah. You ain't never lied about that too. I kind of want to get in there too about what's going on, like as us being fathers, and us being out here, and us trying to raise our children up to be the best human beings that they could possibly be, as us still striving to do the same thing with ourselves. Like,
it starts at home. People.
How do you feel about the direction of where society is going, and you still have little ones that you're still sitting here trying to raise up to be prosperous and prominent members of society? How do you feel about that?
I feel that people spend way too much time having technology raise their kids. Instead of paying attention to your kid and teaching your kids the things that they lack in school, when they get out of school, you just say, hey, you can go sit down and play the video game. Instead of giving them chores to do for when they're after school, you just say, yep, you can go ahead and sit on your tablet and sit there on YouTube and zone out all day. That's fine. There's no problem with that. As long as you leave me alone until dinner time. All right. And then you got a lot of people that when it comes around to dinner time, well, I really don't want to sit here and cook you anything. And it's 7:00 because I completely forgot. We're just going to hit the drive-through lineup at McDonald's. So now this kid has sat there all day, played on a video game, which has worked his brain. You didn't really give him any kind of mental stimulation and make him read a book or learn anything after school. And then you went and gave him junk food that doesn't stimulate his body. How the fuck is this kid supposed to grow physically, mentally, and spiritually? That's your job as a parent. It's not the teacher's job.
Go ahead, Joe.
That's just a straight fact.
That was exactly the line that I was getting down to, but I already knew once I opened up the rabbit hole, you was going to jump all the way down to the bottom of it.
Well, there's just too many people nowadays that don't want to take care of their kids. But on the same hand, are completely fine with saying, I'll take care of someone else's kids, though. I'll be the perfect stepdad. Like, that line really bothers me. Like, how are you going to be the perfect stepdad when you can't be the perfect dad? Like, on some real shit, sometimes, like, I don't know.
Starts at home first.
Exactly.
It always starts on the forefront. It always starts out there first. If everything's fucked up on the forefront, and everything that comes after that, everything that I try to apply myself to is going to be fucked up, because the root of everything and where it's supposed to begin from and where it's supposed to stem from is already fucked up at the root. If the root of the tree is fucked up, it ain't going to grow.
Exactly. How do you feel, Pat?
But
Pretty stoned.
No. No, I meant about how society chooses to raise their kids.
Well, I'm going to start off by saying that I think I'm a great dad, and it shows by the way my kid acts. And I know that your kids respond to you, and if you want to stay relevant, you have to stay active. And if you can't do any of those things, then you can't be mad when you feel the separation. But my house is different than everybody else's house. See, I grew up, with morals. I grew up with love. I grew up with understanding and compromise. And I imply all those things into my household. And I like to think of my house as, no, we're not perfect by any means. We all have our flaws, but we're a well-oiled machine. And we work well together as a team, as well as a family. And that's something that me and my wife did. You know what I mean? That's something we did together because we are together. And we hit that on the front line. And I just wish that, like personally, if I could, I would have a ton of kids, man. I love kids. I love the energy. I love the laughter. I love, the screaming and the yelling. I love to hear all that shit. Some people take it for granted.
I do. I love it.
What, Joe?
When we get off of here, we can make a deal. I'll sell you some kids. Cheap price, man. Tell me what age range you really like. I got a variety, man.
It sounds awful. It really sounds awful.
He said, I got a variety of little niggas that, you know what I'm saying? You put them on the top of the block. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The price is right, like Bob Barker. We can make that happen.
But continue. I'm sorry.
I think personally, I think that society is never going to move forward 100% where everybody's on the same page if cell phones still exist. If we were to eliminate cell phones, I think it would really fix the problem with our unities, not only within our family structure, but as well as in our communities and in our neighborhoods. If everybody would just stop staring at your fucking screen and look up and look at each other and embrace the beauty that's all around you, what the fuck, man? So make these things go away. I'm not saying that they're irrelevant. I'm not saying that they're not useful, because I use my phone for a variety of things, from directions to research. Anything I want is at my fingertips, and that's really cool, but it's also a bad thing.
Yeah.
It takes that thirst for knowledge away, because you don't have to really research anything. You just click in a couple of words and it'll do it for you.
Facts.
And that really takes away from the core value of knowledge. Knowledge is supposed to be taught amongst people, amongst each other. You're supposed to educate everyone around you. Even if you don't have something viable to offer, you're still offering something, whether it be perspective or something handy. You know what I mean? And you're never going to do that when you're staring at your phone. That's just something you can only get through interaction. That's the only way to create a better energy where everything can be symmetrical with one another. Until you figure out how to solve that, until you figure out a way to get rid of these fucking devices that enslave us, I don't think there's going to be a real answer to how to change the culture of society. Society is divided for a reason. It starts with the things
Pat
in
is
our
like
face,
Pat is
our
like the
faces,
conscious
your
voice
little
that be
fucking
on the nigga's
things.
shoulder every day. You sound like the conscious voice that be on the nigga's shoulder.
I just see it for what it is, man.
Like, yo, when was the last time you guys writ something
I
down?
don't.
Last time I've written something down,
Yeah,
like as far as
like got
Not
like
long
like
ago.
like got a pen and paper and writ something down. Anything, a number, a note to yourself.
a long time, and you know what?
That's
That
the
makes
problem.
me feel the type of way now that I say that shit myself.
I do it every day.
I'm starting to find myself writing down my rhymes on my phone. No, I need a pen and a paper. Let's not forget about how to do this. Let's not just start typing down words in a phone. Like that was one of the most beautiful things about being able to like express ourselves verbally.
Yes, there's a connection
down
there.
and write it on the paper.
As soon as you take it and you start typing it into a computer, you lose its artistic value.
Yeah.
Right. Like just like look at it in the way as books nowadays, right? They're not as good as they were 20, 30 years ago because these people aren't sitting down and writing their books out, right?
No.
They're sitting there and they're typing them out on a computer trying to meet a deadline to please their editor. To whereas 30 years ago, you had that guy that was sitting out in a cabin with a notebook full of paper, just writing something down, trying to find something. Like
it took much more of a creative process.
There was a reason.
What he's doing.
There was a reason why when we were kids and we misspelled something, they made you spell it 10 times in a row, right?
Goddamn right. You ain't never lied about that. I remember them times.
Like it takes a lot more memorization to sit there and write out each letter than it does to type it on a computer. Like, yeah, it's dope. It's dope that these kids can sit there and type all perfect and everything like that. Like, I can't do it. I'm a single finger type
back
person.
in the day, you had to know how to do the shit. You couldn't spell
My
a
wife
word
calls me
if
a
you
chicken pecker. I said that?
Wrong tube.
That's what she said.
Ha ha. But nah, man, there's really something to it, man. Like we're missing out on our root. All people. Like we're letting technology take over us.
Yeah.
People don't learn things nowadays. They Google it and they throw it away. I've said that 1,000 times in here, it feels like. Because it's what happens. Instead of me learning, like, shit, I sat here today, people, and I Googled a bunch of shit, and I just wrote it down on the paper because that's what I do every day. Because if I don't, I'm not going to remember it. I'm going to remember it, but I'm going to be sitting there missing details. When you sit there and take the time to write it out, your brain locks it in there, man. There's something about that. I guarantee you there's raps in your phone right now that you don't even remember writing.
No, but if I went through my phone right now and started looking it back up, I'll be amazed that I even wrote that shit.
Fun fact, that's why they call it muscle memory.
Exactly.
Well, but if I wrote it down on paper, I would have had remembered it so much more clearer.
Like matter of fact, like that rap that they used to spit about how you connected all the NCAA names and shit like that. You wrote that shit. You wrote that shit down on paper, right? When you wrote it.
Yeah.
And I bet you could spit that word for word right now.
Good.
That's my point.
But something that I wrote in my phone, I would have to go back and look at it.
That's my point. You're losing
I would definitely have to go back and look at it. If I wrote it in my phone, I would have to go back and look at it. If it's something that I wrote, I will never forget it. Like there's shit that I've written since I was 13 years old, and I'm 31. I can remember that shit off the top of my head right now. So I wrote it down, and I memorized it. I went over it every single day until I memorized it. Once it's in your phone, you don't feel like you have to memorize it no more because you can't lose it. It's in your phone.
Exactly. Exactly.
But back then, you like, yo, I could lose this paper. This shit could get thrown away. I gotta remember this shit. But when it's in your phone, you're like, it ain't going nowhere. Like, no matter, even if I lose the phone, it's saved in the cloud. I could buy a new phone and pull it right back down again.
Like here's a fun game to play with people. You get locked up right now. Can you remember one phone number to call?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very rare because not too many people can.
I can spit off at least 10.
Yeah. I ain't gonna front. I know at least about 3. I know at least 3 or 4 numbers I can call. And those are only numbers that I'll remember because these are motherfuckers that I know I could call.
I got Erica, my mom, and Jenna. Those are the only 3 numbers I can remember.
Nigga, all I remember is my baby mom and 2 of my cousins.
Well, that's a lie. And unless she's changed them, I can remember Nicole and Albert's cell phone numbers.
All I remember is my baby mom's numbers and 2 of my cousins. I know 4 numbers off the top of my head. And they haven't changed in 5 years.
I mean, Erica's number's been the same since the whole time we've been together, so it'd be sad if I didn't remember that.
Hey, maybe I'll give you a call sometime. Your number's still 911? Oh, okay then.
Oh, great, man. Now we're going to have copyrights for that. Better call Jim Carrey.
Copyrights for what?
What you just said. That was in The Mask.
No. Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. Hotel scene.
It was in
Hotel scene.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Right before he has his shootout at the hotel.
What? The Mask? That's one of my favorite movies.
It's one of mine too, but it was.
Somebody.
It was in Ace Ventura.
No.
My boy Stanley Eckert.
Manly, you ever seen The Truman Show?
Joe, I'll bet you $5 it was in Ace Ventura.
I've never seen the movie in its entirety, but from a lot of things that I've researched and this, that, and the third, there's a lot about that movie.
So no, you've never seen it?
No, I've never seen it personally, but I know that there is. I know that there is.
You should watch it.
There's something definitely really deep to learn about that movie, but I've never seen it in entirety.
Yeah, you just need to sit down and watch it, bro.
Yo,
basically,
you know, it's a pretty informative movie I found in life. It's Dogma.
Never seen it.
Hold on, what you said?
Dogma?
Yeah, I've seen that movie.
Dogma. You ever seen the movie Dogma? That's an incredibly well taught, well laid out movie. Honestly,
the only reason why I can understand, the only reason why I could see someone like Joe not wanting to watch the movie is for like some of the like, how do we say it in like a comedic way? It's like it's very dry. Like the humor is just very dry. Like you're just gonna be like, I don't see. Like it's gonna be other people that's gonna be cracking up, and you're gonna be sitting there like, I did not find anything funny about that game. Like it's like that. But if you watch it and pay attention, it does have a message. But it's just one of those movies that's like, after like 20 minutes, you're just sitting there like, what the fuck is the purpose of me watching? Like I don't watch anything for entertainment value. I watch everything to get discernment. I know that everything that I'm watching, especially if it's mainstream, has been put out there for me to watch. I know that there's an angle to it. So I'm watching it to figure out what the angle is.
What's this movie about?
it's about a couple of angels who were cast to Earth and basically they used to they take on their own version of ridding the world of evil.
I'm gonna have to look it up. Actually, sounds pretty dope.
But it's like
It's
it's
Ben
really not
Affleck
bad.
and it's Ben
Not a bad
Affleck
movie
and
at
Matt
all.
Damon.
It's not a bad movie
It's
at all.
part of the whole series, like Mall Rats, and it's the whole series with Jane Silent Bob. Like,
Yeah, everything all coincides. The whole story all goes together. If you see the other movies,
So
all
hold on. You're trying to tell me Jay and Silent Bob are angels?
oh man,
no,
listen,
but
I
Jane
didn't
Silent
tell you
Bob
that.
make an appearance in Dogma.
Yeah, they're just it's just everything about all of those movies. They all just kind of like interject. It's just like it's all some type of way that they all fall back.
You just made me mad.
I know because it's like.
Well, I already knew Jay and Silent Bob and Mallrats all linked together, but now if you're gonna sit there and talk about angels, it just.
I know it sends the story somewhere else. You're like, but nigga, how deep does this story get? Like, it can't be this fucking deep. Like on the surface, it's mad bland, so it can't be that deep under it. But they do it for a reason.
A story in it.
They do it for a reason because everybody else looks at the movie for entertainment value. They don't look at it under the surface. The way that you're gonna watch the movie, opposed to how anybody else is going to look at the movie, you're going to come away from that movie with so much more than someone else is going to come away from it because you're not watching it for entertainment value. You're watching it from discernment. You're watching it. What is it that this movie's trying to put in my head? What type of agenda or line is this movie under? That's how we watch movies. Everybody else watches it for entertainment value. We watch it for discernment. We watch for little bits and pieces and clues. We could take that and then incept that into what's going on in everyday life and what we're going through because that's what they love to do. They love to put it in front of your face first and then make something happen in real life happen after that. So then you always refer everything back to something you've seen on the screen.
Real quick. One time. Fuck Tom Brady.
I mean, fuck Tom Brady too. He ain't nothing but a devil works in big fucking ass. I mean, hold on. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but you know where I'm going.
He's a cheater. He's always got someone's
deflated
balls in his hand. He's always got someone. He's always got someone's.
He's part of the brotherhood.
He's always got someone's deflated balls in his hands.
Exactly. Just like somebody from the fraternity does. So it's got some deflated balls in his hands.
Where the fuck did you go? Just walk. That's unprofessional, man.
I hope that. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'll be unprofessional too because I had to take a leak and shit. But damn, man, I'm trying to not say too. I'm not trying to say too much that like get niggas flagged. Because that's really easy to say things. Everyone flags.
You say a lot though, man. I will give you that.
I told you, my mind is I'll be thinking about so much shit on my mind all the time, and I don't never really have a chance to talk about it. So being able to have this platform for us to be able to talk about things that be rambling through our minds every day that we don't even talk about the people that be right next to us. We just be holding it in. But it feels good to get it out.
You think Joe Biden's an alien?
Do I think Joe Biden's an alien? I don't know if he's an alien per se because allegedly I don't have any information on nobody, but I do know he's a pedophile. I do know that, and I will be completely honest about that. I know that he's that. I don't know if he's an alien.
So did you hear about the FBI agent that ended up dead yesterday? There was two of them. They went to go roll up on this guy who runs the world's largest child porn site.
Well, nigga, first off, before you even go there, how do you be finding all these interesting topics and you not sending it to me so I can research this shit too?
Oh, I told you, bro. I go on DuckDuckGo and I Google world news.
I know you did tell me that, and I was like, damn. Now I'm like, damn. I feel like I'm a little bit behind. I ain't behind, but I'm like, there's certain current events that when you looking on certain platforms, just don't get put in front of your face.
So I'm gonna wait for him to put his headphones back on and talk about it. Yo,
Couldn't you?
So yesterday there was 2 FBI agents that ended up dying.
Yes.
You heard about it, right?
Yep.
All right. So what happened is they were getting ready to go bust this guy who runs the world's largest child porn ring, like website and all that type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially what it was ambush, because the guy was like the head of the investigation and all like this, and him and his partner got shot up through the door because he's seen them on the door camera, which means he was sitting there waiting for them. He knew that they were coming, and they were the first two to go to the door, because why not? You're leading the investigation. You want to be the first face that he sees when he's about to get arrested. That's how we see it go down in the movies, right? So
I think so.
So from I've seen a couple things that claim out straight out said it was ambush. It was ambush style. And the 2 lead investigators were the ones that ended up dead. Now you got Biden, who's in office, who, like you said, allegedly you don't want his son to get in trouble for anything and him get in trouble for anything. Maybe the Epstein person, now she seems like she's been held kind of quiet, because you don't really hear too much about that anymore.
I don't hear nothing about that bitch no more.
So
there's nothing about that bitch.
Or maybe she's dead.
She's in one of the most high profile cases in American history. You don't hear nothing about that case. Nothing. We hear about Black Lives Matter though. We heard about some nigga got shot by a white cop all the way in Wisconsin, and we live in New York. I'm just saying, like, you hear about all different types of other things, but you don't hear about that.
But you know what you don't hear about?
You don't hear nothing about these people no more.
Well, I know what you don't hear about? All the missing people in these Native American communities. All of them have big rashes of women that just go up missing. Like even to the fact that the last couple of years my hometown has been ravished with a serial killer that's been going around killing women. Like there's one out in Ottawa. I think it's like a little community out in Ottawa that they have up to 30 to 60 women, Native women, that go missing every year.
And nobody say nothing about the Native women that go missing.
Nobody say nothing about the Mexican women that come up missing.
Wow.
Exactly.
Nobody says anything about these people. At the wayside.
Nobody says anything about any of them. Period.
Like they're just the bottom of society. Like they're just somebody that just needs to be forgotten about.
Oh hell. See, what happened was.
That's how you feel, bro? You're just gonna go throwing us around?
Yeah, man. You know how it goes sometimes, man.
Bro, that shit hurt, man.
No, but no, for real. I know it hurts. Those are your people.
No, I meant the fact that you just threw us on the floor.
Those are my people too. There ain't no difference between y'all people and my people. Me and you had this conversation up 10 times. Ain't no difference between us, man.
I was talking about
we all come in different shades, man. We all come in different colors, man. My mother was 100% Seminole Indian, straight from Florida, man.
I was just talking about the fact that you threw us on the ground.
Well, listen, man. If that would be work, nothing to do with me. But it's like that, though. It's just, I don't know, man. we have to worry about ourselves more than we worry about trying to join up or align with this little fucking boys club that be going on and shit like that. We need to worry about ourselves. But that's what society does. There's the divide and conquer. They're always gonna, no matter how hard we fight for us to be together, they're gonna like, and because they have the control of the media, it's like it's like fighting a never-ending war. Because we are really the ones that's out here pushing the forefront of the culture to be on some real shit. Us, three people that come from three totally, completely different backgrounds, but can sit here and have conversations like grown-ass men and come together. They don't like this shit. They can't wait to find some fucking way for them to be able to come between us so we don't even fuck with each other no more. They can't wait for us to get on that level so they could try to throw their little vices in there to fuck up the essence. But they can't do that though, because God works, man. God works. He's always working, man. Devil don't work all the time, man. The devil only works when humans work. And humans gotta fucking sit down and take a break sometimes. So guess what? The devil ain't always working. The devil don't work when people work.
Yo, did you know that goats can climb trees? Yep, goats can climb trees. All the way to the top, them motherfuckers.
Really?
Yep, Google it. It's some dope ass pictures.
Holy fuck. It's just, that's a tool and an instrument of my well-being going to the next level that I am definitely gonna incorporate.
Being a goat that can climb a tree?
No, I'm telling you, I'm being such a smart ass right now.
Just saying, bro. It's knowledge. I wanted to share it with you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
I don't know. It kind of sounded like you were being a little condescending.
Just a little bit.
Oh man. So who you guys got winning in the Super Bowl?
Oh man, you better not ask me that question. Hold on, let me put my hat out. Hold on. I ain't even gonna tell you who I think I'll win the Super Bowl. Let me put my hat out. Yeah. You see my hat? I paid $40 for this hat.
You look like a Christmas light.
I do, right? If I'm black and all that, and I got purple and red on.
No, it's the shape of your head and the hat.
Oh, okay. Now this nigga talking shit. This is who is winning. No, it's not who I think is going to win the Super Bowl. It's who's going to win.
Yep.
Because I know what to. Oh no! It's Tom Brady's time to like get his humiliation ritual, and then he's going to lose to the up and coming Pat Mahomes, who's going to be the face of the NFL for the future. He's going to be the future dick sucker. Tom Brady's old. He's getting old. He can't suck too many dicks. He's like 42. He can't even fit two.
Oh man! If there's any gay people out there to watch this show, thank you for watching. But oh man, it's your choice if you want to suck dicks or not. I guess.
I know, but I'm just saying if you want to be part of this, that's where it's going. Tom Brady's the whole. They gotta let him go, and they gotta bring somebody else through. That's like when Kobe left, right? As soon as they already was bigging up LeBron. To be Kobe.
Are you saying Kobe was out there sucking dicks? Because it kind of sounds like what he's saying, right, Pat?
I don't know. Maybe he was sucking dick. He was part of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Because I'm not high enough for this shit.
I'm just saying. If you're gonna be part of Satan, my nigga, you might as well be in Los Angeles. That's where the devil is the most prevalent in the country. Is in Los Angeles. Oh my God, the devil lives in motherfucking California.
Could you just imagine the name of this clip? Kobe sucked dick.
Listen, I ain't say Kobe sucked dick. I didn't
Yeah,
say
you did. Yeah, you
No, I
did.
did not.
Could you see?
Allegedly. Hold on. I wish that Joe had like the little things. So when I start doing this from now on, when I start doing this, it can start saying allegedly. When I sprinkle like this, and allegedly.
I ain't got them skills.
I just know how the entertainment business runs. So I know you gotta be sucking somebody dick. One of them old gay.
I think Patsy is a genome.
Never mind. You sucking one of them dicks. One of them old Jew white niggas, you'll be sucking a dick. Because you need a part in that movie. You need a part in that commercial.
I don't even want to be in the movie or a commercial.
Not me neither, because I ain't trying to suck no dick. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, mommy.
Pat, are you all right? You look like you see a genome.
I was a mouse. Just a mouse.
It's Ratatouille.
Just caught me off guard. Just real quick.
I don't
Like,
have
oh
no other-
shit. Something moving.
So I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling pretty safe.
I'm always safe. I hope y'all are too.
Always safe. If anybody liked this video tonight, like some of the stuff we talked about, appreciate your support and hope you hit that like button, hit that little notification bell in the corner, hit that subscribe. We appreciate you guys.
That's right.
Always fun having a safety meeting.
I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the content
So let's do
and everything.
a quick thing. It's a new segment I'd like to call Review. What did we learn today?
What you learned, Joe?
Oh, I've learned. Man, I'm too high to tell you what I learned right now. I learned that there's definitely a connection between what's going on in Yemen and what's going on in Myanmar and everything else in the world. It's all connected. You just got to be able to find the dots.
Yeah.
And
that's what I learned today.
And the important part, aliens are true. They've been here. Harvard professor has come out and said it. I can't pronounce his name though.
Dr. Ivan von Blitzkratchen.
And we learned that Kobe Bryant likes to suck dick, apparently. Allegedly.
Wow. Still going with that.
Yo, allegedly.
Let it go, man.
Allegedly.
Let it go.
Allegedly.
And you're wearing and he's wearing Laker colors and a Laker shirt, man.
Exactly. That's how you told him keeping it real.
No, that's man, man, if any Lakers fans see this clip, they're gonna be so mad at you. Like, why is a Lakers guy saying that Kobe's out here sucking dick?
What you mean? Magic was sucking dick. He was sucking Jerry Buss's dick too. What you talking about?
You can't say that about Magic, man. That's how he got AIDS.
Exactly. Allegedly for everything. Allegedly.
I said maybe. Damn.
It's alleged. I just know. I just see track records. Track records can show me what you being honest can't show me. I can already see how you move. If I already can see how you move, that already tells me a lot about you. You can say everything you want about you. the society could tell me everything about you that they want to tell me about you. I already seen your track record. That shows me how you are. So, yep. I learned today that a lot of niggas be taking it in the back door. And they just want to be.
When did we
they just
talk
wanna
about
be cool.
that? I don't remember that conversation. Is that when I stepped out of the camera for a little bit? I mean,
No,
I'm not sure.
no. You remember when he brought up the whole thing about GQ and trying to demasculate men?
Oh,
They really
okay,
is.
yes. All right. Thank you for catching me
They really
back up
are.
again. I didn't know we were putting it that way though. Like, let's talk about over here. Like my people take it in the ass. What?
Oh,
I don't remember that.
Oh, shit.
I don't either. I lost that part. I was sleeping at that part.
That was-
I woke up and
that's all.
And that
everybody's
was,
just. Shout out to all my people that's dead. Shout out to all my friends that's in jail, that's in prison, that ain't never coming home again. Some of them got a lot of time. I'm here for y'all. I sit here for y'all. I speak for y'all. I'm always gonna be like that for y'all.
but in all reality, you did it to yourself.
Yeah. You damn sure did. Shit, they know that. That's why I don't send them niggas no money. I'm fucked up. I ain't lying. Yeah. So I don't send you no money. You know what the fuck you do.
I ain't sending. Didn't know no one send me money. I ain't sending you money.
Shit.
Pat, what'd you learn today?
That 2 out of 3 men would prefer to have the vagina over rather than under.
That is a fact. We did learn that one.
It's a good statistic.
So for anybody out there, leave it in the comment section. If you had to, life or death situation, bang a hermaphrodite, would you want the cooter on top or the cooter on bottom? Let us know. Leave it in the comment section.
Above or below?
I don't advise y'all to even answer the question. But if you answer the question, I know where you stand at.
Manly's just a little salty because he said he said he'd rather have the coochie on the bottom.
You can't verify that. That was allegedly. He said
Allegedly.
that actually
Allegedly.
was said. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh shit.
Sprinkle the allegedly on that shit. For somebody try to sue us. Allegedly.
Oh shit, man.
Somebody gonna try to sue us.
That's good shit.
Allegedly, he was doing that. Allegedly.
That's funny as fuck. I don't care who you are. That is good.
It's perfect.
No,
though.
really,
Allegedly.
folks. If you ever just
Allegedly.
curious, like, how would you take it?
What the hell?
Exactly.
You said exactly. Y'all caught that conversation in the background?
No, only half of it.
I was gonna say no. I didn't catch all of it. I caught half of it. I was like, hold on,
Listen, from what I heard, it sounded like something like you've been fucking for 3 years. You should know what you're supposed to be doing. So, I mean, at that point, yeah, you should know what you're doing. Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. Let's get this out there right there for all the fans and all that. They ain't talking to me. I guess you're welcome. That's bye.
I don't know.
I don't know what just
I
happened.
can't really tell you too much else I've learned.
You know what I'm a little disappointed that we didn't learn? How Catdog poops.
More about aliens.
Yeah.
I really thought we were gonna get down to the nitty gritty and figure out how Catdog shits.
Listen, it only happens
I
one or
think I'm
two.
gonna start having.
I told you the way we gonna find out about it. We gotta kidnap that little blue nigga, and he gonna tell us the whole secret. He's the only one that know.
Colostomy bag, baby.
Nah, cause where's the bag hanging at? We don't ever see it.
It's on the one side of the body that we never see.
So every time that they switch positions, the colostomy bag goes to the other side.
Okay, so maybe here's just a hypothetical. Okay, maybe in the center of Catdog, they have just one giant hole, and they call it the poonis, right? The poonis, because it's the combination of the penis and the anus. So it's the poonis. And when it gets to a certain point where it starts to collect right there in the center of the body, there's that one hole, the poonis. And they use that to relieve themselves. But they don't draw that in on the cartoon because that would be pretty explicit for a Nickelodeon cartoon. That's it. That's my theory. They have a poonis.
I mean, see, because it's like so many questions can come off of that. So how do they have baby? Like, does cat or dog get a bitch pregnant, or is it both of them?
Does it have a genitalia? Can it reproduce? That's what I want to know. Can there be other little cat dogs running around?
No, it's got to be sterile.
It's just sterile, but
Right.
wait a minute.
It's got a poonis. It can only take it. It can never give.
All that, so it can't reproduce, but it just defecates, but it can't reproduce. It can't do anything else besides.
Or maybe it's like a worm and it's asexual. It reproduces within itself.
It comes out of the poonis.
Yep.
So
leaving them both to be male and female at the same time.
Hold on, man. I know it's 2021 and shit, but don't be trying to confuse me with this shit.
I'm just saying it's a real thing. It's scientifically proven. That's how earthworms reproduce. They reproduce by themselves. They contain both male and female sexual reproductive organs, and they impregnate themselves and make more worms.
So
they like
is it like
SpongeBob.
incest?
Essentially, yeah, I guess. Like they shit out their own clones, apparently.
Why the hell does this nigga Pat got us thinking so goddamn hard about Catdog's fucking digestive system?
Pat doesn't. I do.
Stupid ass Nickelodeon. How dare you come up with these confusing ideas when we're trying to mature in life?
I mean, I could have asked why the Ninja Turtles love pizza. Why pizza of all the foods?
Because they're from fucking New York. What the fuck else is wrong with you? Why else would they? They from New York.
I'm pretty sure a chopped sandwich is a lot cheaper than a fucking pizza.
Well, chopped cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's more New York than pizza.
Yeah. I would say.
So why pizza?
Because New York.
And really, they're ninjas. Shouldn't they love Chinese food or Japanese food?
Nah, for real. New York pizza is a New York staple, bro. Everybody knows.
Everywhere has pizza.
Go to New York just to try the pizza.
You can say the same thing about Chicago.
But it is a staple in New
No,
York.
Chicago pizza's whack. Nobody wants to go to Chicago to try the pizza.
People do though. People do though.
No, people from New York want to go there to try the pizza.
I mean, that's people wanting to go to Chicago to try pizza.
Because it's something different than what we see every day. If we talk about it on a grand scale, if we think about who's going to Chicago to try pizza or who's going to New York to try pizza, I bet you 10-1 they're going to New York to try pizza.
Let's just cut this how it says. New York City's not that great.
What? Hold on, son.
New York City's not that great. It's not all it's hyped up to be.
Are you bugging out?
I'm not
No.
bugging out. I'm realist.
Oh no. No. Yes, it is. You've never seen, even though it may be segregated, you've never seen no other city in this motherfucking country that is able to keep moving on the same type of strides that New York moves on with all the different ethnicities that's around. That is the melting pot of America, is New York City. You will find every single race in that one city. You will not be able to find them everywhere else, but you can find them in New York City. And they
In Orlando.
and even
Yeah.
if they
And Chicago and Los Angeles.
nah. Even if they do, they're more segregated in Chicago than they are in New York. They're more segregated in LA than they are in New York. In New York, you don't have no choice but to go outside and be around someone that's from a different ethnicity than you.
New York City's not that all it's hyped up to be, bro.
You can't get away from it. You can't get away from being around someone that's outside of your ethnicity. In New York City, you cannot get away from it. Anywhere else, you could separate. You can definitely separate yourself from other people from other ethnicity. In New York City, you can't. You have no choice but to be around people that are of other ethnicities and be able to understand their culture. You just don't. There's no other place in America that people get along like that from no. Just don't. It just don't mix like that. It don't. In New York, you see everything. I've been around every single ethnicity and ever that I could ever think of. And I ain't even leave New York until I was fucking 29 years old. Never even really left the tri-state area. And I've been around all different cultures.
New York's not all it's hyped up to be.
It is to me.
Oh man, you guys live in delusion, bro.
It's its own thing.
It's like New York City. We the shit because we say we are.
No, we're the shit because everyone else says we're the shit.
No one says you're the shit though. Everyone else says it ain't that. In New York City, no one else thinks you guys are the shit.
Oh yeah, on the low they do.
That's why we roast you.
They may not say it out loud, but they do.
That's why when you move. That's why when y'all move to our neighborhoods, you assimilate to our lifestyle, not the other way around.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know that because I've never been down, and I've never been down there in them areas. But I know that I'm gonna assimilate the same way that New York raised me. I'm just gonna be me. I'm not assimilating to nobody. Everywhere that I go on Earth, it's New York time, all the time.
Yeah, what time is it right now?
It's not even 11 right now. It's not even 11. It's 1 right now. Do you know why? Because that's New York time. I'm always on New York time.
New York City ain't all that.
Empire State of Mind. They wrote a song about it. Like here it go.
So you guys got any
You guys remember that one?
guys got anything you guys wanna get off your chest before we wrap things up?
Think for yourself. Stop riding everybody's dick for fucking clout or for somebody else to like pay attention to you or for somebody else to feel like they love you. Stop doing that, man. Stop riding people's dicks, man. Be an individual. That's what makes this world great, is that we're all our own individual people. We're not all the same. This world would be whack if we was all the same. I love individuality. Be yourself. That's what I can say right now. Be your motherfucking self. Stop riding dick for clout.
Pat,
Yeah.
all I want to say is wake the fuck up.
Don't
That's
ride.
it.
Hey, I am awake. I'm right here, dude. We're
No,
talking.
not you. You. Wake the fuck up, people. See what's happening in front of you. Take for what it is.
We're having a podcast.
Remember, man.
All right, now just being ignorant.
We got lips. We doing this shit for a reason outside of ourselves.
I'm gonna bang your mom so hard because you said that to me, Pat.
I hope she sends me her. She sends me.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, we can't hear you. You breaking up, so
Hey, oh.
but I love y'all.
Um,
I'm gonna say peace out. It's been fun.
Always.
been fun. Good.